positive and everybody's doing great and everybody's happy, they asked me to do a Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz as part of the meeting. And so, there's only so many things that happened on this date in sports history. And Jay was in the meeting, so
he was not.
He was. Is he going to have an advantage today?
I'm not going to disclose my secrets. I'll tell you off the air.
So hold up. Are you going to have the same questions from the meeting?
Dude, you ain't going to be here anyway. So
we were going to do it earlier, I thought.
No.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I planned for there to be more than enough. So that's
right.
Okay. Yeah, so you should be good today.
I wasn't paying attention anyway. So.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
And I was running the thing. So
how was the meeting?
I was good.
No, anything I missed? I had another meeting. That's why I couldn't attend. Anything I missed?
Did
they talk about our show at all? Hype us up or what?
I think they might have mentioned us. I think they got the name of the show wrong or something. No,
what they call it, the Rise Guys?
No, they're actually, somebody said, honestly, this happened. Somebody said something about Allen, and then someone said, and the Drive Guys, and then there was pretty good applause. And I honestly am not sure if it was delayed for Allen or if it was for, honestly, I don't know.
I don't think it was delayed for Allen because you know how it is. You've done events before when you say, hold your applause for the end as you're handing out the certificates.
Yeah.
Whitney so-and-so. They didn't do that with Allen. Allen Styles and the Drive Guys.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think that was all for us.
Because Allen there was a lot of talk about what a great job he's doing. So I wasn't sure.
Speaking
of Whitney.
Yeah, Jay was like, I was there.
And Chris Watkins.
Well, halfway. See, that's the thing.
Those are his guys. Like, come on.
Raving about it.
That's a lie.
He's on their show.
That's a lie.
You mentioned the name Whitney. The first time I got a jacket, radio station used to have jackets. It was for KYUU in San Francisco. It was NBC owned, big station.
Yeah.
And it was like a kind of a starter jacket, kind of silk. I didn't get to pick it, but I got one. And they handed it to me and they said, here you go. And it had all our names on it. And mine said Whitney.
Ooh.
So I had to send that one.
Did you actually send it back?
Yeah.
Because you wanted it to. Did they?
Yeah, they took it back.
They took it back?
They took it back.
Did they change it, though?
They did.
They
did.
They did.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, man? Well, I'm feeling great. It's been a hell of a day.
Really?
I'm going to tell you right now, straight up.
Two.
No, my life, I'm telling you, Jay, you think I just lay in bed, watching TV, watching Married with Children, eating bonbons, getting massages and
stuff.
stuff.
Doesn't sound bad, by the way.
I wish I could. Your boy's been out there hustling.
They still make bonbons?
I don't even know, man. I haven't had one.
That was Peggy, right?
That's Peggy back then. Yeah. But I'm going to put the prerequisite, give you notice right now.
Okay.
Monday, I may be out.
Okay. I thought you already were out. So
No. Because here's why. All right. So I wake up, go to therapy at 9.
Mhm.
Solid therapy session. But then my mouth.
Do you actually lay down?
I do. I actually do.
Yeah.
I put my feet and I stare at the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I do. But then my mouth was hurting. My mouth is still hurting from the extraction the other day. The wisdom tooth.
My mouth still hurts from the extraction. I had it in 2016, so
Right.
I might stay with you a little
Dude. So I called a dentist.
bit. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I need to come in. I go in and they examine me. The pain that I'm having is not from the extraction. It's from the tooth that was next to the extraction because I need a root canal.
Ooh.
Which is happening on Monday. Now I got.
And this is an odd turn. You were telling us what a great day you're having.
No, because.
I need a root canal.
You know what? Dude, so I did that, hustled home, grabbed my bag, had a meeting with the Kings, some Kings brass. Excellent meeting. So I'm feeling good about it. I know people at home watching right now, people at work watching right now, supporting the Drive Guys. But, I'm feeling upbeat right now.
Good.
And I got that event today, and I get to leave early.
Right.
So,
yeah,
it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Despite the need for the root canal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I knew that already, though. I already knew I needed the root canal. It's
okay.
Yeah. And so, but I got to the bottom of it. They prescribed me some antibiotics, some pain meds. And so, yeah,
All right.
I was worried, man. I thought it might be an infection or, but it's, I just need a root canal.
I don't know if it's because I knew you just had yours, but lately where I had mine extracted like 8 years ago has been hurting.
Is it really hurting?
Yeah. And I looked it up. It says, oh yeah, you can have lingering pain from root canal for years. So I'm just thinking, nah, it's in my head.
No
it's in my
way.
head.
No, that's definitely in your head, dude.
It hurts.
That's definitely.
It hurts.
You haven't been thinking of an extraction in 20 years, but now
I know.
Right.
What do you think of this? Georges Niang has been extracted from the Celtics. And he's going, let's see, to the Utah Jazz. Bottom line here, the way this ends up, Chris Boucher has agreed to a 1-year, $3.3 million free agent deal with the Celtics.
Good for him. Good. And that's a solid move for the Celtics because, first of all, they need a big man. Neemias Queta was going to be their starting center. We'll see if Boucher starts ahead of him or not. But for Boucher, this is an opportunity to play for a great franchise, an opportunity to get 25 to 30 minutes, show what you can do, and then re-enter free agency. You know, Boucher was a guy we talked about.
I know.
He would have been nice here on the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, and listen to this. This just speaks to how complicated this can be. The Celtics trading Georges Niang and 2 future second-round picks to Utah for a rookie, R.J. Lewis Jr., and that allows Boston the flexibility to remain below the second apron. And since the NBA draft, the Celtics have reduced their payroll from $540 million to $239 million.
That's like an A+ offseason grade, if you will.
Yes.
Like, they've done a hell of a job. And, you know, I would not be surprised if they somehow find a way to trade Anthony Simons also for maybe some future draft capital. They're sort of hitting the reset button, if you will.
The Celtics are now $7.8 million below the second apron after both moves, and that saved them $34 million in luxury tax penalties. But this is exactly the type of trade that's bad for the NBA, because if you're a fan, you're looking at it in terms of basketball value, and it has nothing to do with that.
I you know, while you were saying this, is there anything more lame and boring, a quicker way to get people to turn away from the TV, turn off the radio, than talking about aprons, first and second apron and everything like that? Like, it's just, but that's today's NBA. You can't have a discussion about moves, Celtics moves, without talking about what it does salary cap wise. But man, it's so confusing. It's so, boring, if you will, but it's part of today's NBA.
To that point, I have something I think is worth talking about here. And by the way, speaking of trades, 3:00 today, I think we have the schedule. We may move it around.
Yeah, what you got?
4:00, I guess. The Kings, 7 worst trades ever. Sacramento Kings.
You got a list?
7 worst trades ever. Just
your list?
Yeah. The Kevin 7 today.
Kevin 7, okay.
So got that
all
at 4. So we can
all
look at
time. Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I can't wait for this.
But, you know, there's been all this talk as far as the Kings go about this trade or that trade, the roster balance, blah, blah, blah. How about if we just right now look at what the Kings need to do to be better next year? And we forget about theoretically, well, they could
this upcoming season.
Yeah,
we're talking
based
about.
on what we have right now, what do they need? I want to see what you think of this. I think the Kings' improvement this year, yeah, it could change, but we're not going to worry about that right now. 1, they need to be better defensively, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Last year with Levine, DeRozan, and Sabonis on the floor together, they were outscored by 4.8 points per 100 possessions, which is not good. So they got to be better defensively. 2, I think they've got to shoot better. We've talked about this a lot. The shooting numbers, especially the 3-point shooting numbers, have been since Beam Team
Got to
won,
shoot better.
just keep going down.
Yeah.
Down.
Got to shoot better, 100%.
And then I think, Drapes, thirdly, they've got to be better in close games. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you go back to the Beam Team era. That first year, they made the playoffs. They were excellent in close games.
Yes.
This year, they found ways to lose close games.
Yeah. Now, clutch is what? Last 5 minutes of the fourth or overtime, 5 points or
5 points,
right?
fewer.
Yeah. So the Kings last year, they were 19-23 in those games. That's not very good. It's not horrible, but 23 losses in those situations. Only 3 teams, Minnesota, Charlotte, and Utah, had more than 23 clutch losses. So they lost more than their share of close games.
So is that a positive or like, how do you view that? Is that a pessimistic view or an optimistic view when you hear that?
Well, I think it's good to look at that and go, all right, well, then how do you fix it? You know, if you can identify things like, well, that needs to be fixed. I assume that the addition of your guy playing point guard is, among other things, supposed to address that. You have a clear sense of what you're doing down the stretch of games.
Right. Well, because in a lot of those games, let's be honest, our offense bogged down to ISO DeMar. If he made the shot, we won. If he missed it, we lost. Now with Dennis Schroder in the mix, a true point guard that can not only get his own shot, get DeMar a shot, now you can get Zach a shot. Now you can get Keegan a shot. Now you got somebody that can actually set up other people down the stretch. We didn't have that. When you don't have a point guard, Whitey, and I said this 1,000 times and I'll say it again, we had a whole bunch of finishers, but we didn't have a whole bunch of setup guys. It's like having a great quarterback or, great wide receivers, but nobody to get them the ball. Now we got somebody to get them the ball and make their life ideally easier.
As I looked at this, one of the things that came to mind, you mentioned DeMar and how he's utilized down the stretch. The Kings were very inconsistent last year with a lot of changes. That said, Sabonis and DeMar DeRozan, they were about as consistent as you could be, right? Last year?
Yeah.
I mean, game in, game out.
Well, Domas took a step back in terms of consistency. When they got Zach LaVine, look at the numbers. His offense dipped down. Like he wasn't, as consistent, I didn't think, the second half of the season.
If you look at it, that's a great point. If you look at just his numbers, like year to year, it's like, yeah, it's almost like you can almost write down before the year starts.
19 and 12 or something like that.
Yeah. So that's where I think they are. That brings us to the question, Drapes, what should Kings fans be expecting this season? And I'm not asking, prediction or this or that, but I just realized that as fans, we've been kind of in limbo with this whole Kuminga thing. But going forward, it looks like the Kings they're trying to make the playoffs, right? They're trying to be a playoff team
1,000%. And here's the thing, and I was thinking about it driving in, and I'm glad we're talking about this. Do you think on this date, August 5th at 2:13 p.m., the Kings are a better team, have a better roster than they were to end the season?
I'm just taking a moment to honestly think about it.
Yeah, think about all that. We lost Jake. Remember, Jake was hurt, though.
Right.
We lost Valanciunas.
If hopefully, yes, because of the point guard. You can definitely make the case that with a shooter, you have a point guard. Yes.
That's what I'm thinking about, too. That's what I believe also. Because I got an email from our boy Mike Shearer, Basketball Poetry, and he has something positive about every NBA team, part one. And here's what he says about our Sacramento Kings as I look to pull it up right here on my laptop. He ended it by saying the Kings have way more depth than people give them credit for, than people realize. So I urge Coach Doug Christie to make sure that the two his summer standouts, Neat Clifford and Isaac Jones, don't get lost in the regular season shuffle. And so my point is this way. We got DeMar, we got Zach, Keegan, Domas. Now you actually have a point guard. You look at some of their numbers, I got to imagine the shot attempts will be higher quality shot attempts with a Dennis Schroder out on the team. Are we going to miss JV? No doubt about it. Are we going to miss Jake LaRavia? No doubt about it. But I think it's almost like this. I don't know if you're a Kool-Aid drinker or not.
Used to be. You mean literally, right?
Yeah.
Not the...
No, literally. Love grape Kool-Aid growing up. But it's like last season was like having grape Kool-Aid mix, the water, but no sugar. You'll drink it, but it ain't going to taste very good. Dennis Schroder is the sugar to our Kool-Aid and water that makes the Kool-Aid taste better. All of a sudden, water with the flavor tastes better, and now you got something. And so maybe I'm too high on Dennis Schroder. Maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid literally when it comes to him out there. But I think having a point guard sort of brings it all together. You know what I mean? I made lasagna the other day. You a big lasagna guy?
Oh, yeah.
Made lasagna the other day.
What kind of protein?
Had ground beef and some Italian sausage.
Okay.
Also, got to add that little spicy sausage in there. The recipe calls for all these ingredients. You take it out of the oven. But you know what the final thing you got to do to make lasagna good?
What's that?
Let it sit for a while. If you don't do that, Your lasagna is all runny a little bit. It doesn't stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Schroder is our stick together of the lasagna.
Cohesion.
You need that cohesion, and that's what he does for us.
I really think the answer to your question is going to hinge, your question being, are they better than they were last year? It's going to depend a lot on those two young guys.
Think so?
Yeah, I think. And I'm not sure. I think we might be getting a little carried away with Maxime Reynaud. I think he's going to be a good player. For him to start the year as a good player, I mean, that'd be great if you can, but I'm not so sure about that. I think it may take a big like him a little time to ramp up. Nick Clifford, I think they're going to almost count on him to be good at the start of the year. So how do you answer that question? If I'm going to ask you, Jay, Drapes asked the question, is the roster better now than it was at the end of last year? We know it may not be done yet. Jay's thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm doing the Whitey Gleason.
Yep.
I would say on paper, fellas, no.
Really?
Yeah, because I'll give you a few reasons. I think just what you said, Whitey, we're banking on a few youngsters, and I'll even throw in Isaac Jones.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure where Devin Carter sits on the pecking order as well, but those are 4 young guys that I think we can all agree, as much as we believe they have some upside or they can be something they can add to this team. It's like the 49ers. Michael Williams is going to be immediately dependent on. I think if we're looking for Isaac Jones, Devin Carter, and the 2 youngsters to be immediately dependent on, I'm not sure.
It's risky.
Yeah, it is. You're walking a fine line.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the JVs, the Jake LaRavias, I understand what you said, Drapes. He didn't play. We also, I think they have a handshake with Trey Lyles and they're waiting on the Kuminga situation because why is Trey Lyles not signed anywhere? I just truly believe Trey Lyles, because of his 3-point shot and his 3-point percentage, I truly believe he must have something in the works with the Kings. But Trey Lyles was a part of that part of the organization last year, and we don't know where he's going to sit. I do believe Malik Monk will be at a high capacity this year, but I'm just looking at the correlation of the names. And I know TD is part of the. Correct me if I'm wrong. Terrence Davis is a part of coming to the team here for exhibition and preseason. I would invite it to camp is what I wanted to say. I like the veteranship of last year's team compared to this year. Now, with that being said, I think this team, because of the settlement, just what you said, Drapes, the lasagna, the summer, head coach, we know is the head coach, new front office, and it's that new car smell, fellas. I think, Scott Perry, BJ, and them coming to the organization and saying, hey, listen, let's have a change in perception, a change in mind. So I think coming out the gates, they'll be okay. But if I'm looking at name for name, paper for paper, roster for roster, I like last year's roster.
I think it's tough, if we're being realistic. It's tough to compensate for the losses of LaRavia and Valanciunas. Like you said, LaRavia was hurt at the end of the year, but when he was there, he really helped them. Those are 2 pretty significant losses.
Trey Lyles, too.
Yeah, but you guys,
those are good players.
But here's the thing, though. Those are good players, but you're not factoring in the fact that Dennis Schroder is on. And I'm not saying Dennis Schroder himself. I'm saying we have a point guard. That's like lamenting the loss of the backup running back and backup tight end because but you got a quarterback. Like that's how I view it. And no offense to JV, who was only getting 15 minutes a game. No offense to Jake LaRavia, who missed the last, 15 games of the season or whatever. You add in a quarterback. It's not like you had, LaRavia and JV. They were more backup running backs, backup tight ends, place kickers, holders, or if you will. And so I look at continue with the 49ers.
Was a place kicker or a holder?
He's like a backup running back. He's a backup running. He was the 3rd wide receiver, if you will. Here's the thing about it. Adding a guy like Dennis Schroder allows everybody else to play a more natural position. Sort of like Deebo Samuel. When Deebo had to fill in that running back, did a hell of a job. But his natural position, he's a wide receiver. Now you get a Christian McCaffrey and you take off. That's how I view Dennis Schroder. Not saying he's at that level, but I'm saying now DeMar doesn't have to worry about trying to get everybody else involved. Zach doesn't have to worry about Malik can go back to his natural 6-man spot. That's how I view us being better because guys are now being asked to do what they've always done. They're not playing out of position, if you will.
You compared Schroder to a quarterback, and that begs a question, maybe the question of the day. It's probably going to go some areas that you don't want it to go, Drapes. That's all well and good.
Here you go.
Who is your actual quarterback comparison for Dennis Schroder? You don't have to have it right now. Maybe it'll take a while to come up with
Geno Smith.
I was thinking that too.
What?
Yes.
Give it to me. Why?
Because he's not necessarily an all-star. He's not but he's a stable force that comes in and provides stability at the position. Exactly what the Raiders needed, exactly what the Sacramento Kings need. Stability at the position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He crossed my mind. I don't know if he's my final answer. Did cross my mind.
Right. That was the first guy that came to my mind.
Yeah.
You got an issue with that, Jay? What's wrong?
Well, yeah, the only reason why, because he's a Raider.
Oh.
Yeah, not so much as Geno Smith.
And he's no Brock Purdy, no game manager or nothing like that. But I just had to get that shot in, by the way. But, I think, that's why Pete Carroll brought Geno in. Look at the Raiders quarterback issues over the last few years. It's like, all right, we need an adult in the room. We need somebody to stabilize it. Is he a Russell Wilson? Is that a good comparison too, or no, do you think?
I don't think he was ever as accomplished as Russell Wilson, was he?
No, I'm talking this stage, though, in their careers.
Yeah.
See, I
was thinking more along the lines of Joe Flacco, but that's probably not fair either.
Flacco's a stabilizer. I think he's a little better than Joe Flacco,
I think so,
at this stage.
I think so, too. I was just trying to.
You're trying to. I'd let you get away with that, man.
You did. I was waiting for your reaction. Like, he's kind of.
Oh, my gosh.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. If you have any thoughts here, Dennis Schroder, your opinion. Drape says the Kings have a new quarterback. Who is your NFL quarterback comp?
Hold up here. I'm not going to let
Dennis
the text
Schroder
line get away with this. 916-339-1140. That's how you could weigh in. Yeah, if this was 1990, I'd agree. But today's point guard is a dying breed, especially one that can't really play good defense, can't shoot great. Let's be honest, he's not a great assist guy as well. I mean, he could break down defenders sometimes. Where's this narrative regarding Dennis Schroder coming from? I mean, when I think of Dennis Schroder, I think of a gamer. I think of a competitor. I think too many times when it comes to Dennis Schroder, people are looking at the NBA role that he's played. Golden State.
What else are you supposed to look
Detroit.
at, though, in all fairness?
But if you look at when has the ball in his hands and he's the quarterback of the offense, the leader, if you will, international play, dominant. He has the ball. Detroit, he's backing up Cade Cunningham. Golden State, you got to play with Steph Curry. Look at his numbers in Brooklyn when he was handed the rock. Dennis, this is your team. Run it. Look at the numbers in Brooklyn last season. Whitey, 18.4 points, 6.6 assists. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying he's going to come in and shoot 18, 19, but he has a home now for the next. Dennis, we're giving you the ball. Run with it. Make these guys better. That's how I see it.
All right. The Dennis Schroder quarterback comparison continues when we come back. Also, speaking of quarterbacks, TB is coming out of retirement. Just not that TB. Next to the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
The Hagen Oaks Cutting Edge Putter Fitting Studio offers you more technology, more choices, and more service. Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. With $30,000 worth of state-of-the-art technology ready for your fitting, Hagen Oaks will help you make your best putting stroke while finding the best putter design, shape, hosel, length, and loft for your game. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for more.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
For 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
For my demons, girl, I got you. Every time I sip on codeine, I get vulnerable. Annoying the sounds of the storm when it comes.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
UPS Chris, Dennis Schroder is definitely Joe Flacco. That's not as bad as it sounds on the surface.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't.
But I think he's better than Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco is a solid, but Joe Flacco's like 50 now, too. It's
Joe
hard.
Flacco, yeah, and they just signed, Tyler Huntley? They have like 5 quarterbacks, and they don't know who's going to start. We know Dennis Schroeder's going to start.
Yeah, he's going to start. Exactly. Dennis Schroder was brought in to stabilize the position, a la Geno Smith with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I view it.
In your quarterback analogy, how much does adding a lower tier, aging below average quarterback raise your team ceiling? Schroeder's like adding Jimmy Garoppolo and expecting big returns. I knew that some people were going to,
you know what, Whitey?
Make less than favorable comparisons here.
You know what? I want people to put their name on it, and I'm going to keep a running list of all the Schroeder haters out there. And like I said before, by November or December, Kings fans will be loving this guy. Because here's the thing about Schroeder. When I watch him play, there's nothing that makes me feel like, oh my gosh, why did Dennis do that? He's just solid. He's a grown-up in the room at a position that we need. He's not going to get you 30 a night or anything like that. He's just going to be very solid. And so that's what we need. We need stability at the position weight.
Mm-hmm. From the 279, I think this is a great question. Guys, do you truly believe, all in caps, do you truly believe that Scott Perry will finally, all in caps, establish a winning culture? It hurts to see OKC have such success, or San Antonio, and that's James who put his name on it. It's a great question, James. Nobody knows the answer to that. Here's my issue. I think that while you're trying to build your culture a certain way, and we know Scott Perry has laid out what the 6 pillars,
core principles or whatever. Yeah.
Which is great. It's a start. It takes a while to build it. I don't know that all of your best players necessarily fit those 6 principles. And if that's the case, because defense is a big part of it. You got a couple guys that you're paying a lot of money to that aren't necessarily good defenders. So that makes it a challenge. Now, I know it's about effort. Everybody can give effort, so I'll give the benefit of the doubt on that. But to me, that's why your question is a really good one, and we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, a couple of things. one, you got to give Scott some time, some patience to evaluate things and make the moves. Two, think of it like this way. Get a new boss at the job. You've been slacking off under the old boss. New boss comes in, it's like, oh, I got to straighten up, you know? And if you don't, then you'll be shipped out. And so I think that's the phase we are in right now. Talent-wise, we have some talent. Is it championship level? Probably not as of yet. But there's no way think about it like this. Because a lot of people, I think Vegas got us at 36.5 or something like that. There's no way we're going to be as bad as we were last season. I just can't see that. Just for the fact of stability, coaching staff, front office, an off season together, a training camp. Last year, let's call it what it is, it was a house of horrors. DeMar DeRozan, 16 years in the game, says it was the craziest season he's ever been a part of.
He and Zach LaVine both, you could tell they're actually rattled by it.
Right, exactly. And so I would be shocked if we're as bad as we were last season. I would be shocked. Unless it's just because, well, the West got better, you know. But in terms of who we are, I think you'll see a better version of Kings basketball.
There's no question that you're right when it comes to the turmoil that they went through, how unique that is. And we don't know what kind of effect it had on them. We know it wasn't a good effect, right? It wasn't a positive effect.
Right.
So, yes, that's definitely true. But to me, when you're talking about them winning more games and being better, I'm more concerned with the basketball matters. That's what concerns me more. For example, okay, if they have more stability this year and they don't have all the turmoil, that still doesn't make them, in my opinion, better defensively, a better shooting team, or, I mean, maybe better in late game situations.
I do think it can make them a better shooting team because the quality of your shots will be better. I think. I think that was an issue. Even when Zach came here and shot 44%, he was hitting a lot of tough threes. I think offensively, a point guard will make life easier for everybody. You know, for DeMar DeRozan, he won't have to, you know, hit tough contested shots over two defenders all the time. Like, I just feel like it'll open things up a little bit. It'll flow better, offensive flow. Defensively, we still got some issues. You know, we still, to your point, we still have the same perimeter defensive issues. Who's going to step up and fill that role? I don't think there's been anybody that Scott Perry has brought in that addresses that need, if you will.
Yeah, Nick Clifford should be good there, right? I mean, he's a rookie, but he should help there. Playing Keon, presumably more minutes, should also help. I don't know what they think of Devin Carter. Maybe if he plays more, he could also help there, but I still think there are some big gaps you got to fill defensively.
Well, here's the question, and this is something Doug Christie has to figure out. And, you know, my boy Marcus raised this last week, you know, from First Co on the YouTube chat. What's the minutes breakdown going to be? We're talking about Nick Clifford, the defender. How many minutes is Nick really going to get out there? We know Zach's going to get his. Dennis is going to get his. Malik's going to get his. You got to think Keon's going to get his. That's 4. The fifth guard, I need to look at, you know, other teams' breakdowns of the minutes. But is that 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 14? And how much can Nick actually impact in that short of a time?
Do you think he'll play more at the 3?
Out of necessity, maybe.
Yeah.
We may be sort of like Indiana, you know, with Neesmith at the 3, Nick Clifford at the 3.
They
maybe
can get away with that, I think.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. But that's tough, man.
Oh, I know.
That's tough. I mean, you look at, all right, Nick, go guard Kevin Durant, go guard LeBron James, go guard, you know.
Yeah.
Woo,
then you still have both of your front court players basically out of position. And I know Keegan's done a decent to good job at the 4, but Scott Perry even talked about this year at Summer League how he would like Keegan to be able to play a little more at the 3.
Yeah.
That's tough to do unless, you know, Šarić finds his stride again.
Yeah. I guess when you look at the Kings roster in terms of there's a lot of question marks. Things can go a lot of different ways, you know. If Šarić plays well, if Nick Clifford is, you know, as good as advertised, there's a lot of ifs. We do need things to bounce our way, no doubt about it. But, you know, in terms of our starting 5, Whitey, I'm pretty confident. I can even go Malik, Keon, those top 7. I'm pretty confident we know who they are and what they're going to do. It's some of the other, the depth, as basketball poetry said. Mike Shearer, he says we have a lot of depth, but it's kind of unproven depth here in Sacramento.
By the way, UPS Chris checks in again, says, just to be clear, I see Flacco as an above-average quarterback who comes in and gets the job done, even when people have their doubts. Maybe not the current Flacco, but definitely his career. Yeah, he and your guy, Gino, are the two that came to mind for me. From the 209, we got better because we got that no-good lazy bum in Fox out of the locker room.
Who texted that? Oh, my gosh. No good lazy bum. Is that what De'Aaron Fox is now? Oh my gosh.
I guess he is.
This guy's fired up, huh?
Yeah. San Antonio clearly doesn't see him as such.
They gave that no good lazy bum, $219 million or whatever, 229 or whatever it was. No, man. Let me ask you this, though, real quick. De'Aaron Fox with this group on the Sacramento Kings. DeMar, Zach, Keegan, Domas. What kind of fit is that? How do you view that fit? Let's say De'Aaron was still here.
Well, to me, the whole fit issue is just DeMar and the way he plays. If DeMar DeRozan's on your team, there's a way he has to play, and he's very good at it. And it's basically, if we need a bucket, give me the ball and I'll get it. And he's really good at that.
Right.
So is he going to have to make adjustments? I think we saw that a little bit earlier last year in the season. But then, when everything, all hell broke loose, it was like, just give me the ball. I'm going to score for us here.
Well, and all hell broke loose means there was no De'Aaron Fox.
True.
There was no point guard.
Right.
I think, and I need to look at DeMar's numbers with De'Aaron Fox, first half of the season versus second half of the season, because I think the ball won't be in his hands as much. So that won't be, he won't have that kind of impact as much this upcoming season as he did last, because you got a point guard now. They'll be running things through Schroder and Domas a little bit more than DeMar.
Yeah. To me, then you get to the question, all right, if we're not going to run the offense through DeMar as much, then how is he going to help us when he doesn't help us at the other end? But I don't know, but that's what I think of when you ask about the fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of quarterbacks, I'm sure we'll talk a lot more about the Kings. We have this Kings 7 worst trades ever coming up today. TB is back in the NFL. Not Tom Brady. Teddy Bridgewater.
My boy, Teddy Bridgewater.
How about that? Teddy Bridgewater was scheduled to visit with the Bucs, and today he was on the practice field, and he was with the Lions most recently, but Tampa Bay Bucs signing Teddy Bridgewater. Last played in the NFL briefly last season after re-signing with the Lions for their playoff run, in which he did get into a series against Washington as Jared Goff was checked out for a possible injury. So Teddy Bridgewater has appeared in 79 games in 10 NFL seasons. I love Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. What do you like about Teddy Bridgewater?
He's very accurate, and I think he was doing a really great job with Minnesota. Not a big-time playmaker, but solid. And then he had that horrific injury, and he's come back from that.
Yeah, I'm a Teddy Bridgewater fan also, man. Went to Louisville. Obviously, I got a soft spot for that university. You read the stories about the work he's been doing with the kids and everything like that, too. You know what I mean? Seems like a really good guy. And to me, Teddy Bridgewater is one of those locker room guys, one of those veterans that you have on the team that it's not always about their production on the floor, on the field. It's also about how he impacts and uplifts other people as well.
Yes. And he was drafted as part of a really interesting draft class, 2014 NFL draft. Just look at the top 5 quarterbacks taken, the order in which they were taken. Tell me this isn't totally upside down, Drapes. With the 3rd pick, Jacksonville, Blake Bortles. With the 22nd pick, Cleveland, Johnny Manziel. With the 32nd pick, Minnesota, Teddy Bridgewater. With the 36th pick, the Raiders got Derek Carr. And with the 62nd pick, New England got Jimmy Garoppolo.
So
shouldn't that be the other way around?
Right. The back end.
Well, maybe Derek Carr probably should have been first.
Yeah, Derek Carr out of that bunch. So who? Blake Bortles? Who else?
Blake Bortles was the 3rd pick. Manziel 22nd.
Damn.
Bridgewater 32. Carr 36. And Jimmy G.
No, you're right.
62.
You're right. Those early picks.
Yeah.
Flamed out. No, you're right about that, man.
Back with more on the Kings.
Yeah, we got to continue this because I got some DeMar numbers I want to share.
Yeah.
I got some DeMar
Drapes
numbers.
has some DeMar numbers. This is post and pre-Fox?
Yes.
Yes. We'll look at those next on Sacktown Sports.
If you've got a
We just wanna
gas-powered
have
engine,
enough money.
keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy, how do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really? I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying order. For well qualified, plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay out via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Drapes and Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair, the Drive Guys.
Yes. Hello. Happy whatever day this is. What day is it? Tuesday?
National
Tuesday, right?
Night Out Day, big fella.
That's
Tuesday.
Right. From the 510, Trey says, hey, Drapes, keep them receipts. Dennis helps the point guard position. We're not just depending on Dennis. It's going to be by committee. The bigger question is if our starters will buy in defensively. Great question. That is the question, Trey. I agree with you. We don't know.
Right.
Ramsey says, Guess how Ramsey's text starts.
Hello, guys?
No, the first
This is Ramsey.
This is Ramsey.
This is Ramsey.
This is Ramsey.
He points out Teddy Bridgewater getting done dirty by the Florida High School Athletic Association for his care kids at Miami Northwestern High School. Yeah. He was coaching high school and he got suspended. What did he do? Well, he paid for some food for them and paid for their Uber.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
And here we go, Drapes. I'm not expecting a whole lot this season, but I think we can all agree this season it's going to be way more fun. The youth movement and the stability in the front office and the coaching staff. Not to mention drama queen Fox is gone.
Man, people are it's open season on Fox right now, I guess, around here. My gosh.
Somebody that people need, a lot of fans need somebody to blame it all on.
No, it's he got 229 million reasons why he's happy today. So I ain't shedding a tear for De'Aaron Fox.
But it is interesting as we try to figure out how good will the Kings be without him. We'll also look today at how good the Spurs are going to be this year. But you found some numbers on DeMar DeRozan pre and post Fox.
Yes, because I feel like what DeMar signed up for versus what he was asked to do are two different things.
I know the feeling.
Ouch. That's a great way.
You want to work with Chris Watkins? Yeah. By the way,
instead you get LeBron James. Think about it. You get LeBron. I'm just saying. No offense to Chris Watkins. You may be doing more work now, but you're having more fun. How about that? Can we at least agree? All right. DeMar DeRozan with De'Aaron Fox on the team. 21.5 points, 48% from the field, 3.6 assists, 24.1 usage rate. Not bad. Fox out of here. No point guard on the roster.
Thank goodness that bum is out of here.
Lazy bum. Right? Come on.
Texters,
23.1 points, so his scoring goes up naturally. He's going to get more shots. 5.6 assists. 47%, 26.1 usage rate. So my point is, when it comes to DeMar DeRozan, he was asked to be more of a facilitator. The ball was in his hands more. He was asked to have the offense run through him much more. When you add a point guard in, his impact on quote-unquote slowing down the offense, ISO ball, is minimized because he doesn't get it as much. He's not asked that. He can go back to his natural position of being a finisher instead of I got to set guys up too and finish.
By the way, you may know this. May I just quickly point something out about usage rate that I didn't know?
Yeah.
Usage rate basically is like how many times does this guy get the ball? But remember when Embiid and Jokic were head to head for MVP and Embiid ended up getting the award? One of the things I kept looking at is Jokic's usage rate is way lower. Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because usage rate doesn't account for assists. It just doesn't take that possession into account. So it's a useful stat, but I always keep that in mind. It takes into account if you shoot.
Oh, the shot. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
It's basically whatever the final
Yes.
thing on a possession is, basically.
It's a little
so
misleading
you're right about
sometimes.
this.
And I'm not saying it's misleading in this case, but I always have to remind myself of that because when I found that out,
right. And that shows you when it comes to this, he was asked to finish the play more when De'Aaron Fox was gone. That won't be the case, I don't think, as much with Dennis Schroder here. You know, Schroder, and here's the thing, too. When you look at who's on the floor with DeMar DeRozan post De'Aaron Fox, who's going to say, no, DeMar, I'm not going to you right now? Nobody. It's get a ball to DeMar and get out the way. Now you got Dennis Schroder, an accomplished veteran who I think has the cojones, if you will, to say, no, we're going to Keegan Murray this possession. No, I'm going to run this two-man game with Domas this possession. I don't think the ball is going to be in DeMar's hands as much, guys. I just don't.
It is interesting that, and I was talking with Kyle about this, Kyle Ledbetter and Alan Stiles, when Dennis Schroder came available. We don't even know if any other teams wanted him because the Kings wanted him so badly.
Yeah,
they
were
snatched him up.
According to Scott Perry, that was their prime target, right? You know what I mean? And so, you don't know what the market was for Dennis Schroder out there. But I will say this. Because we did the exercise, Whitey. When we looked at the quote-unquote free agent point guards, I had Dennis Schroder high up there over Tyus Jones, over Russell Westbrook, over CP3. It just made too much sense to bring him on. You know, like I said before about Tyus Jones, he's a solid player, but he's going to get lost in the mix. He's going to be, white paint on the wall, just blending in, basically. Dennis Schroder, to me, and I'm not saying this guy's a Hall of Famer because I know everybody. Obviously, I'm one of his biggest fans out here. I just believe in him as a basketball player and just how he fits with our team.
You say he's the quarterback, and in your mind, the quarterback that he's most like is Geno, huh? Geno Smith.
Yeah, I think so. How about this from the 916? I probably shouldn't read this one.
Go ahead.
Remember when Styles stole Watkins' show? We were talking about shows and everything, And so shout out to my boy Chris Watkins, man. I actually started doing it with Chris for a while there.
I remember that.
During the tryouts and everything. Yeah.
I remember because you'd go, Chris, you're my guy. And we'd go, oh, watch out, Chris. Here he comes. He's coming for you. Because whenever you start with Chris, you're my guy. Look at him. Run!
He wasn't very familiar with my game to start, but yeah.
By the way, shout out to Chris Watkins. I mentioned we had a meeting today. He's celebrating 10 years here.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What do you get for 10 years at KHTK?
Honestly, I think they gave him a certificate and a plaque. I mean,
right,
literally,
okay.
I think that's what
a plaque. That's solid. I'll take that. If it was just a certificate, it'd be like, but a plaque, okay, that's solid.
And everybody at the meeting, everybody was there, got a prize from promotions. In an envelope.
What was it? Was it all something different? What did you get?
I just opened it a little while ago. 70th anniversary Disney pin, which I don't know, might be worth something on eBay.
Well, first of all, just to correct you, not everybody got anything.
Ooh,
because a lot of them got better luck next time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the way it was presented, by the way, I should put it out there. So I came in about 12:15, 12:10. Right in time for Whitey's Waitback quiz. Meeting started at 11:30. I got there about 12:15. But yeah, the way it was presented as if we were all gonna win, right? Some people had that banana in the tailpipe envelope.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Better luck next time.
So you actually got something. Huh?
Yes.
So we're two winners on this show.
Yeah.
Jay, what you get?
I got a Legoland tickets.
That's pretty good, actually. That's solid.
Yeah.
That's solid.
For coming to the meeting late. Here you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, right?
See, I got the spiel to run down, Drapes. I said, oh, Whitey's are coming on about 12. I'll be there.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you think there's some extra envelopes down there for people who
there
aren't
are.
attended?
There were.
I would bet there are.
No, there were. Because I looked over to the table and I saw about 3, 4. Because I traded my envelope too. So, Drapes, come on. You know we're sharper on this show than everybody else, right?
Right.
So I got the envelope. I had seen a few people open them around the facility, and I saw better luck next time. So I grabbed the envelope and I'm like, yeah, this is flimsy. Then I look and I'm like, oh, so the people who won got some card stock. Yeah, let me go ahead and change this envelope in.
Switched it
out. Yeah, I bent it a little bit. I'm like, yeah, this is paperwork right here.
Legoland.
This wrapping paper right here,
All right, I'm headed down here this next break. Where at? In the soundstage room?
Yeah, go talk to Brandon, our great promotions.
Where's his office?
Right next to the soundstage.
Okay.
Like
that little yeah. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm headed down.
You got to be Legoland.
Dude, might be Kings tickets or something. Well, maybe not.
You don't need those.
I know, right? I'm going to go right here and right now. During this break.
Good luck. Yeah. Can't wait to find out. Also, has this season cost Justin Verlander a shot at 300 wins? I feel bad, Giants fans. Kind of jinxed you yesterday. We're back with that next on Sacktown Sports.
The Drive Guys.
On the 925, Braun has not lived up to his end of the bargain fake bubble ring is a joke?
Is that Daryl Morey's burner?
Would you want LeBron to join Sabonis to finish his career where he started?
Kings fans, would they want LeBron right now? Right now.
You can listen to The Drive Guys Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 mpg combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Do you know how America became the best country on God's green earth? We made things, from automobiles to airplanes to textiles. We were the manufacturing epicenter of the world, the innovators that every other country turned to. I'm Katie Lyon, co-founder of Allegiance Flag Supply, and I'm here to tell you that the American spirit is alive and well at Allegiance, where we make American flags 100% in America. When you fly your American flag from Allegiance Flag Supply, you're not just honoring our country. You're supporting American men and women who proudly make the highest quality American flags, period. True patriots who put care into every stitch. See our full story at showallegiance.com and learn about our 100% American-based supply chain. Fly your flag from showallegiance.com with pride, because every flag says manufacturing is still alive and well in the U.S., and we are still the greatest country. Save $35 on your American flag set when you go to showallegiance.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. In 23 while supplies last.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. There is no better duo. Nope. Never.
It's the Drive Guys.
Right here on Sacktown Sports.
Well, when we left you moments ago, Kyle Draper was on his way to get his prize from the staff meeting, but he looks like he's returned empty-handed.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset.
What's up?
You know what? I've been having a great day.
I know.
Even with the news that I got to get the root canal coming up on Monday.
It has to be a really great day for that.
I know. I'm in a solid mood today. So I go down, and I wasn't sure where Brandon's office was. You know what I mean? So I'm like weaving through the corridor, if you will, downstairs.
By the way, 209. I like how Drapes don't even know where anything is in the building. He doesn't even know his coworkers. He's a boss for real.
A boss for real. That's funny. And Val knows everybody here. Val's a great boss. Contract negotiations coming up, so I got to sweeten. No, but I'm like, all right, Brandon, where's my envelope at, big fella? He's like, oh, hold on here. And he's looking around. He's shuffling through his drawers and everything. He goes out, hey, anybody know where those envelopes went? They're like, oh, we're not sure. So he walks around the building, goes see Angelica. She's like, they're all out. No more envelopes. So let me ask you this, Whitey. If I would have shown up at the meeting, would we have been one envelope short? Or did somebody double dip?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't want to cast aspersions or start accusing people of things, but it's a great question, detective.
Right? Because if it was an all staff, you got to have enough for everybody, right? To play the game, the envelope game, if you will. I wasn't there, so can I have my envelope now, please, sir? No envelope. Somebody double dipped.
Maybe.
Somebody didn't get something, and then they went back, oh, can I get another one? Because he said they were sitting out on a table, you know what I mean? So I think somebody double dipped.
It would have been easy to do.
That's kind of unethical, though, right?
Well, I don't know that that's what happened.
It is
unethical.
It's almost like taking ice cream home that's not yours.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but I'm seriously, I'm hurt right now. And he's like, well, do you want me to give you a Disney pen also? Like I gave White? I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. Keep your pen.
I don't even know.
Come on, no, man. I told him that's what you got. I told him Jay got the Legoland. And so I thought he might be like, oh, well, we got these Lil Wayne tickets for, like I thought he would like make up for it by hooking me up with something really nice.
That you weren't at the meeting by giving you something nicer
get the envelope
than the people who went to the meeting actually got. Yeah, I can see why you'd think that. I don't know. I don't know how it didn't work out that way.
I know.
That's just bad luck for you.
Oh man, somebody, Patrick. Maybe if you showed up, we'd know. Yeah, I should have been there. I had another meeting today, so conflict, if you will. So.
It happened.
It's all.
That's
good,
just
man.
too bad you didn't get a. It's also possible that they thought, all right, everyone came and went. The meeting's over. Now we have these.
Some extras.
Maybe
here.
they gave them to other people.
Right.
Who,
Donated them to
did
charity.
Wonderful things. Yes, I'm going with that.
Real quick, can I ask Jay a question?
It's up to Jay.
How many Legoland tickets did you get, Jay?
Let's see. Check my pocket.
Watch this way.
4.
This one, no.
4.
How many
you want to bust it down?
People in your family?
3.
Immediate.
3.
Okay.
Meaning living at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like you got an extra ticket.
I got one for you, bro.
All right.
See, I just wanted
to see.
Matter of fact, I can spare 2.
Really?
How about that? I take care of you and Quinn.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Nick is working, so he can pay for himself.
Right. He can see. That's what
literally
I'm
got
about.
you.
You see,
what you mean?
I put him to the test, and he passed. I appreciate you, Jay.
Flying colors.
Of course.
That's
my
the
guy.
That's in Carlsbad, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I have not been yet.
That's okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we went a couple years ago.
What age group is it best for? Like, are my kids?
They're phased out. Now? Yeah, they're pretty much phased out.
Really?
Pretty close. Because my daughter was at the time 12, 13. Yeah, 12. And she was pretty close to, she barely was hanging on.
Damn.
But she's the only child. So, she's going to figure out a way to have fun.
Right.
She went with her cousin, so they were moving around. But, I mean, you can have fun. You can have fun doing anything, Drapes.
Yeah.
I still got 2 for you, brother.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I offered you my Disney pin.
Nah, nobody want that.
I know, but that's all I had to offer, and I offered it.
All right. This is going to get me crucified.
Go ahead.
What time is it? 3:05?
Yeah.
This is a conversation to be had. Disney can be honestly looked at as, and
you can. Sure you want to say
right,
that?
Yeah. Well, here,
we got an ABC Disney owned station.
Right, here we go,
Jay.
But here you, thank you. Here you go, Whitey. Did Brandon, our great promotions manager, said he reached out to Disney, correct?
Yeah.
And as somebody, that's Kyle. He reached out to Disney and
yank him off the air.
Right. Don't say nothing.
Right.
And asked, could he get a pair of tickets to hand out for the meeting? Remember he said that. You remember that, Whitey?
Yes.
Yeah. And he said, Disney said what? They laughed at him. Disney is the last people that should not be giving out free tickets.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm with you.
Like
they are printing money.
Come on. And you cheap blanks. You can't even give away a pair of tickets.
Don't they still have the thing where if you're in the media?
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Well,
It's white. Yeah, it used to be. Yeah,
they
it's
killed
gone.
that. That
It's gone.
promotion is gone.
Yep. As of COVID stopped it.
Okay.
How did
Yes.
COVID stop that?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. What we're talking about is if you were in the media, you could get it started with 4.
Don't look at those.
Yeah. Remember? He cheating. Look at Drake's cheating. You see how he tried to sneak?
Very clever.
Like, I mean, listen, Drake. let me let Drake put the headphones back on real fast.
He wants you to put your headphones on.
Because Drapes don't even walk from here to the bathroom, but he gonna walk over there to grab your papers that was knocked off the desk.
That he somehow reached over and knocked off the desk.
I will say this: you did not grow up in the Draper household. My dad, if I walk past a little piece of toilet paper, you just gonna walk past that? So PTSD. When I knock something down, big fella, I'm picking it up.
I appreciate
that's how we were raised.
I appreciate
in the Draper household.
But honestly, to get back to the Disney, you guys should be out your mind for not giving a pair of tickets away to someone that you partner with, meaning our stations, our whole cluster. We partner with them.
Or they were partners.
Or well, yeah, it doesn't matter because I don't think KSDK gets
my
it.
list.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, check that off. Check that off. Come on now, a pair. What is you're giving away some literally paper? It
doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah, it means nothing.
It doesn't cost
because you're going to spend money when you get in there. You cheap son of a gun.
Maybe it was a joke. Maybe it was a joke, Jay. Maybe he was joking.
Man, stop.
Yeah. Maybe he was just kidding around.
Man, you ain't got to try to save him, Whitey.
Yeah. I don't know. What I do know is that I may have jinxed the Giants last night.
Yeah, you did.
I'll feel badly about it. When we were getting ready to leave the air, I pointed out, hey, don't give up on the Giants season yet. They won 2 or 3 against the Mets, and then they were up against the Pirates, 4-1. Verlander had pitched well, and the Pirates come back and win that game. So, yeah. Is it possible that this season cost Justin Verlander a shot at 300 wins? 300 wins is a big deal now. We haven't had a 300-game winner since 2009. There was a time there we had one in 82, 83, 85, 85, 86, 90, 2003, 2004, 2007, 2009. We may not have another 300-game winner. Justin Verlander comes into this year with 263 wins. He probably figures, I could win 10 to 15 if things go well. And then, he's 42, so, still be a stretch. But he's 1-8 after 19 starts. This year, let's see. He's completed 5 innings and allowed 2 runs or fewer 10 times. 10th start this season when he's completed 5 innings, allowed 2 runs or fewer. The Giants have lost 9 of those 10 starts.
Yeah.
I think this year, if he had any shot at 300,
he needed to
out the window.
It's out the window because of the results this year. Yeah, he's snake bitten. And here's the thing, fellas. You tell me, as a starting pitcher, is it easier or harder to pick up wins now? I ask this because you only got to pitch 5 innings nowadays.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or does it mess you up? Because now you got to turn it over to the bullpen. And, the bullpen is like a crapshoot depending on who you got out there. And so if he would have won 7, maybe he gets the win. You know what I mean?
Yes,
maybe.
Yes.
I wonder. Who we got coming?
Alan left his
Alan style
in here again.
Dude, what did you get an envelope? No. So hold up. 2 black guys here at KHTK did not get
go there.
I'm just saying.
Whitey got one.
Whitey. All right, we need a commercial. Tap it out. I'm tapping it out. All right, man. Let's get back to we're gonna get in trouble.
I'm just telling you what happened.
So Alan didn't get one. Now I did see Kyle Ledbetter down there though. And hanging with Brandon and them in that office.
Snoozing,
he was. I'm gonna see if he
rubbing elbows, huh?
Yeah. So Allen did. So they were 2 short at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. But to answer your question, I think it's even though guys are not pitching as many innings, maybe because of that. I think it's harder to win games now.
Harder
Teams
to win now.
don't care. You don't have 20-game winners anymore either.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You used to have every year who's a 20-game winner.
Now
so
it doesn't.
People were winning more games. They just don't emphasize the wins like they used to.
So,
and like batting average, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Baseball managers, baseball front office people, and the players themselves, they just don't care about it like they used to.
So the age of the 300-game winner, remember that used to be.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 300. Oh, you in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Do we got to amend that now? Is it 225 now?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weak. No, and here's the thing. I felt early on regarding Verlander, there was a lot of self-inflicted wounds, if you will. Didn't have his best stuff, got knocked around. He's been pitching better lately and still not getting the
he's 42.
W's. Yeah.
Last night in the fourth inning, he threw a pitch 98.3 miles an hour. That's his fastest this year. So he's still got a little bit of giddy
gas.
up.
Yeah, a little gas still on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seekins 4 says Verlander will be a Dodger next season. Can't
I was hoping for his sake they trade him somewhere where he has a chance to win a few more games.
Right. Well, Jay's team, the Giants, letting them down.
Yeah, that one, maybe some of that was on me, so I'm sorry.
You got Giants colors on today, too. Is that Giants? Is that what's that?
Giant salmon.
Salmon?
Maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, we haven't talked about Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz, the AL Rookie of the Month and the AL Player of the Month. Both. Rookie and Player of the Month. He joins an elite bunch of players. Like Ryan Braun did that, Buster Posey, Mike Trout, Yasiel Puig, Jose Abreu, Aaron Judge did that. It's rare to be the Rookie and Player of the Month in the same month. Over 23 games in July, as you probably know. He had 395, 34 hits, 11 home runs. It's just a monstrous performance in July.
Yeah, and
he may be the single biggest reason to watch the A's play right now, if there is a reason to watch them play.
Yeah, 100%, man. And at 22 years old, doing what he's doing, and sort of a fast track, if you will. Like they called him up quickly this year. You know what I mean? When they call him up, May, something like that. Mid-May or something like that. And so, and when you look at, I'm looking at his games this season, Whitey. Played one game in single A, 20 games in triple A, and then gets called up. Like he was fast tracked up this season.
Yes.
And he's responded, man. And so I was talking to somebody earlier about the A's and just all the good young talent that they have. And to your point, he's a reason to come out. Like, despite all the off the field stuff and everything like that, from a baseball standpoint, they got some players, man.
Yeah.
They got some players.
Tuesdays at what time? I guess it's 11. You have Alan Stiles talking to Nick Martin.
Coach. Yep.
It's really good stuff, and it's interesting. And, right now, just looking at the standings, it looks like for the A's, it's like, playing out the string.
Yeah.
But you listen to Nick Martins, and he says, this is going to be an interesting last month for us because we feel really good about the people we have, our position players. Obviously, they need more pitching. But they're actually trying to build towards something.
Right.
They have with a guy like that. I mean, he has a chance to be one of the best. He has a chance to be one of the best players in the league. He certainly was in July.
Right.
His best player in baseball, perhaps.
Yeah. And, at 22 years old, I said it and I'll say it again, to be doing the historic things that he's doing, some of the names you mentioned, Yasiel Puig, he was a flash in the pan. Like, he was hot. Like, but some of those other guys, you're talking future Hall of Famers out there.
Like Trout and Aaron Judge, yeah.
And he's hitting for power and average, and so hitting over 300, especially in today's game, that's massive, man. So they got some young talent to build around out there.
Won't be long before baseball's done.
Yeah, Ramsey, our boy, this is Ramsey. Nick Kurtz's first game was April 23rd, so not even a full month into the MLB season, he was called up.
Yeah. Remember when the season started, the Kings were still playing. I remember they had the A's had on their season opening homestand, they had the Mets, and two of those games in the Mets series coincided with Kings games. Yeah. Including the last game of the season against the Suns. And now baseball will take us right up to the start of next basketball season. Here's a question about the Kings for you, Drake.
Yeah, what you got? I got
from the 916. Both Kings rookies weren't able to produce in the playoff summer league games like the early games. Isn't that a sign that we shouldn't expect too much out of them early on? From the 916. Didn't put their name on it, but a good question.
I think what the playoffs in the summer league taught us and showed us is let's pump the brakes a little bit. This ain't Wemby coming out taking it. This ain't LeBron 2.0. Honestly, when you look at Neek and then to a lesser extent Max, you got 7 guys clearly ahead of them in the rotation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you put Devin Carter in that mix regarding the playing with Neek Clifford, like the competition for minutes? And so I would say I'm going to pump the brakes on just how much I'm expecting them out of them. If Neek can average close anywhere from 8 to 10 points, I think that's a hell of a season.
Absolutely.
I'll take that in a heartbeat. Hell of a season. But I'm looking at those guys, Neek maybe at 15, 16 minutes a game, Whitey. It's not like he's playing 20-something minutes. And so, I feel like the Summer League playoffs sort of had me pumping the brakes just a little bit because teams were keying in on Neek. They were keying in on Neek. With that being said, conversely, Isaac Jones showed me something because when the games meant more, he raised his level of play.
Yes.
He was a beast out there. And so I'm encouraged by him. Like, all right, maybe he could be a 15 to 17 minute a night kind of guy.
Because when Summer League started, I remember we were talking to the High Flyer, maybe when you guys were both down there. And he was saying, I want to see him, Isaac Jones bust out here and have a big game. And he was like, okay, right? First he was like, he's okay. And then in that championship game, he was a force of nature.
Force of nature. And the thing about it, he knocked down the 3 ball. He just looked like he knew what he was doing out there. Like the moment wasn't too big. And I said it before when, right after that, Whitey, he's deserved some minutes, I think, this season, a spot in the rotation.
We don't know yet how good he is in terms of being an NBA player. But if you look at your 6 pillars that Scott Perry's building his culture on, Isaac, check, right?
Yeah. And the thing about Isaac, too, he's still an incomplete project. Like, he still has so much room to grow. And so I would hate it for him to be just buried on the bench, if you will. Like, I want to see him get some minutes.
Kings fan Dan says the rookies, of course, they have things to learn and ways to grow, but by mid-season, they could be big contributors. That's also one of the keys to see them improve and get more comfortable. So by the trade deadline, they're visibly and markedly improved and better players than they're going to be at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Ideally.
That's
what you're hoping for.
And that's, I'll read again the basketball poetry article when they talked about, something positive about each team in the NBA. And it said this regarding the Sacramento Kings. Neek Clifford looked like one of the best rookies in Vegas during the Summer League stint. Clifford also showed some dogged defense. His ability to contribute a little bit of everything gives him the kind of positional malleability the Kings desperately needed. Although he's slotted as a wing, he'll likely see some backup point guard minutes. We've talked about that because Dennis Schroder is running the ship. The second-year Isaac Jones, meanwhile, was arguably the Kings' best player in the summer. The big man crushed the offensive glass and showed some touch around the rim, even flirting with the three-point line a bit. I urge Coach Doug Christie to make sure that the 2 summer standouts don't get lost in the regular season show.
That gets us back to why I think it's so confusing to try to evaluate where the Kings are and what they may do this year. In my opinion, they're trying to do something that's very difficult. You've referred to this upcoming year a few times, Drapes, as potentially a gap year. And gap year is, I always go back to that Warrior season after Durant left and Clay got hurt and they won 15 games. That was their gap year, and it was a reloading year. And the Kings, it looks like they're trying to do both things at once. They're trying to reload to a degree by getting in some younger players. So it's a gap year in that sense. At the same time, they're trying to be as good as they can be and hopefully contend. So that's why as we evaluate them, so often we get a little confused. Like, what are they doing? Because they're doing 2 things that are almost opposites at the same time, and they're doing that by design.
Yeah, they're doing it by design. We had this analogy before. It's like building a house. The Kings aren't ripping it down to the studs. They're not, just demolishing it. They're sort of, doing it room by room, if you will. Heavy remodel, exactly. And we'll see, if it pans out. I will say, I think Scott Perry, when we talk about grading him, and, we've talked about the draft and offseason, he had at least, 2 years? Maybe next offseason Like, when can we look back and be like, all right, Scott, you had some time. Let's see what have you proven yourself? Like, it's still so early. You only been here 4 months. Come on.
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially if they're not going to tear it down. I go back to Reggie McKenzie when he was the GM of the Raiders, and he tore that sucker down. He took over, and he said, that's the easy part.
Yeah,
teams are going to tear a team down.
Yeah.
The Kings aren't doing that, but they are repositioning. So during that process, to your point, you can't really evaluate anything until they start to build it back up. And Reggie McKenzie had some success bringing in Derek Carr. We talked about that, and the Raiders were good, and then they just weren't anymore. So it's like they rebuilt it, but the rebuild didn't take.
Right.
So, yeah, we don't even know when they're doing both at once. So the rebuild has started at the same time the remodeling is going on. It's a little makes you a little dizzy.
And what if this scenario has happened, Whitey? Let's say Scott did want to rebuild, but the offers aren't there, aren't to your liking. Does he just sell off pieces just to sell off?
A lot of people say yes. You know that, Drapes. A lot of people say, yeah, get rid of those guys.
No matter what.
Whatever
Two
you
second-round picks.
Whatever you can get.
What are we doing here? Come on.
A lot of people are saying that.
I'm not buying that. Like, I think from what it seems like, and Scott is preaching patience, obviously. We saw him on a Monday Motivation a month or two ago. Preaching patience. We're seeing patience regarding this Jonathan Kuminga situation also. It just seems like he's a patient guy. He's not going to rush into anything. He's not going to make any rash decisions. He could have Jonathan Kuminga right now.
Could he?
Yes. All you got to do is up the offer.
Well, I don't know.
But he doesn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. It's like, I'm not overpaying. It's especially if you're rebuilding your team. You don't want to just give away assets if you don't have to.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So that's what I think we got going on.
No, I agree with you. But there are a lot of people that have been saying, just get rid of everybody, get whatever you can and start over. And that isn't a very prudent way to go about it, in my opinion.
Kings fan Dan. Obviously a Kings fan, right?
Yeah.
Really need to give Perry a minimum of 3 years.
Ooh.
Got to, Whitey,
That's
because
asking a lot.
It is,
you
but
could be right, but I don't know that I can
Whitey,
do that.
I said when he took the job, if I'm Scott Perry, I want a 5-year contract because this ain't going to happen overnight. Now, with that being said, I do think by mid-season, next off-season, whatever, we need to see a clear vision, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's still very early. You're still in the gauging process and trying to figure it out.
So 3 years, when Kings fan Dan says we need to give him 3 years minimum 3 years of what exactly? As you said, we can start evaluating next year.
Right. Is it 3 years to see his vision, or it needs to be turned around in 3 years? Those are a couple of different things.
Jay, I got to see what Jay thinks. Jay, 3 years? Jay and I have talked a lot about patience and Kings fans.
Yeah.
And I understand intellectually, it's like 3 years, I get it. Emotionally, I have a hard time with that. What do you think? 3 years?
4?
For Scott Perry.
Yeah.
3 years minimum. And then Dat Ninja says 3 years is minimum. 4 to 5 years more likely.
There you go.
What?
All right, Kings fans are patient.
Yeah.
Like I said, I understand it,
Yeah.
but I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, that's tough because you look at the past history, fellas. Yeah, I would like to see 5 years. Let him get some stability and work his way in. 3 years minimum.
But what are we talking about, Jay? 3 years till what? Are we talking till they make the playoffs? Are we talking about till they're a contender? Because I believe, whether it's this season or next season, if you make the playoffs, top 8, that's a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking? 3 years to what?
3 years, I would think.
That's why I asked for what?
Yeah, 3 years until we can go, all right, I see it's better. Maybe the team isn't better, but overall the situation is improved.
So let me ask you, if they make the playoffs this year, 8th seed, let's say, is that a success? Like, I don't need the 3 years. He's already proven it then.
Yeah, it depends how. How did they do it? What else is going on in the conference? Are they playing better? Did they kind of back in? Again, it gets back to, making the playoffs this year, it should not be, your long-term goal, obviously, because it's a short-term goal. It's complicated. Yeah. I understand why the tankers say tear it down and start over. At least then it's more simple. This way's trickier.
Yeah.
Can you
5 years? What?
Can you propose it this way? Because I think we're asking, do we believe he'll get 3 years or 5 years, which none of us had that answer. Or are we okay with him not, I guess, making this a success in 3 years? Is that better? Or are we kind of looking for 2 years or maybe 1 year?
I don't know. Depends on your definition of success. And to me, 3 years means in 3 years, can you clearly see, all right, this thing's on track?
I'd say that'd be too long for me.
3 years?
Yeah. For that, to say that you're on track? No, but we need to be on track right now.
Do you think we're on track right now?
I'm not sure. It's still incomplete for me. Yeah, we only 90. We're still 90-day probational period.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, some fans want a 5-year probationary period, Jay. I don't think I have that.
Who's still asking for that?
Some people here in the
chat. On the YouTube
meaning if they would allow 5 years of turmoil to figure out, okay, finally we're on the right track the 5th year?
Well, it's hard to know exactly what they mean from.
Okay, that's why I said for what? I started with for what?
Yeah, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. That conversation continues. Also, when we come back, tell you why we all owe the Cleveland Browns our gratitude. Next on Sacktown Sports.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
For 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents as local, but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
And we're back live during a Flex Alert. Dialed in on the thermostat. Oh, we're pre-cooling before 4 p.m., folks.
And that's the end of the third. Time to set it back to 78 from 4 to 9 p.m. Clutch move by the home team. What's the game plan from here on out?
Laundry?
Not today.
Dishwasher?
Sidelined.
What a performance by Team California. The power truly is ours.
During a Flex Alert, pre-cool, power down, and let's beat the heat together.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hot Valley Brewing.
Tickets at CITPFest.com.
There's always more Kings talk to discuss.
And we've got you covered. It's The Drive, guys.
Jay is so far in my head, in a good way. You know, Jay says things sometimes. He doesn't mean them as advice, but I take them as advice and I take it to heart. So I got some shoes on today, some Nikes that I got for my birthday. My birthday is the same month as Jay's. It's in May, but I haven't worn them. And I haven't worn them because Jay has been telling me, he hasn't said anything about my shoes, but he says his shoes, he says, I like white shoes. They got to be white.
They got to be crisp.
And so I've been afraid to wear these because, one little misstep or
let me see them, big fella.
So drapes, I actually was gonna bring it to the table because I pulled up to the meeting, just a pinch tardy.
Just a little bit.
Fashionably late.
Last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Right, skosh. And I looked down, and my boy Dub G is sitting in the back table. And I said, "Oh, look at Dub G with the fresh kicks on."
Okay, see,
because one thing about it is when you had that white Elmer's glue, it pops, doesn't it?
Yes.
Like it just, it's like, man. And I said, I meant to tell you that earlier, but then I said, I'll wait till the show.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yes. Yeah, boy.
Got the crispy ones.
But I've been afraid to wear them because of you.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, because I agree with you.
Yeah, don't be like me.
Yeah.
I got shoes I had worn in 5 years, man.
I told you, I was outside Emeren's store once, and I think it might have been the Kevin Herter day, and it was a big crowd. So we're outside, and we're talking, and this guy comes by with no shoes, and Jay's like, "Hey, do you need shoes?" And the guy's like, "No." And Jay says, because Jay, I think he wears white shoes, and when they get just a little,
Come on, Jay.
He's like, they're out of the rotation.
Pretty close.
Oh, is it the trend now? Dusty white shoes?
Yeah, I never been in that.
No, you didn't follow that trend?
Nah, I didn't.
All the teenage girls and everything. That's
first of all, I'm a grown man, and I never was a teenage girl.
Do you have a white shoe cleaner kit or anything you do to
scrub
them up? Which brand
does it work?
I can't tell you that on air. That's off.
All right, you got
secrets.
let me know.
Because I use a lot of home remedies, fellas.
Ooh.
Yeah, I grew up using home remedies.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna have to package that and sell it, big fella.
Actually, I've seen a few people kind of get close to it and do it, but that's fine. It is what it is. I'm not trying to sell it.
By the way, Drape, speaking of that staff meeting today.
Oh, yeah.
There was a Taylor Swift question.
Shut up.
Yeah. Did
they get it right?
D asked it. Somebody got it right. And let me see if I can get it right and see if you get it right. I think it was, what was the title of her first #1 hit?
Love Story. No,
I could have it wrong. She said it was Tim McGraw.
Oh, maybe. I need to look that up.
Wasn't she a country artist at first?
Yeah. But Love Story was on that album, I do believe.
Maybe there were, maybe it was a first chart topper or first top 10. I don't know.
Taylor Swift #1.
Maybe you did get it right.
Nah, I could be wrong though. I'm a Swiftie, but I'm not like my daughter might know it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't think she has had 12 #1s. We're never getting back together. Blank space. Nah, I might be right on that.
Yeah, you might be. I'll have to double check.
Yeah, we're going
what
to
exactly
check.
The question was. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We're having this conversation, this discussion. It's actually a debate over how much patience Kings fans should give Scott Perry. Obviously, whether we want to be patient or not, we have to be patient. How patient? There's some fans talking about, you got to give him 3 years. Got to give him 4 years. Got to give him 5 years. That's nice if he can get it. I don't know that there's a lot of Kings fans that feel like they can afford to be patient for 5 more years. I don't think I can.
5 is a lot, but it's 5 years to be patient or 5 years to be a championship contender. Because I could argue in year 2, maybe even year 1, we're top 18. In year 3, we're top 16.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so does that mean success 3 years and we're good? Like he's good to go? Or does it have to be, we got to be in the championship in 5 years for Scott Perry to, be the man, if you will?
Yeah, I think it's just about the general sense and the appearances and the sense of, all right, something's going on here. Gracie approved in the chateau. 3 to 5 years is reasonable, but as fast as the NBA moves these days, feels like we can tell a lot with just 2 years. Kings fan Dan coming back. He's having a big day. Kings fan Dan's all over it today.
Yeah.
Look at OKC over the last 5 years. If they gave up in year 2 or 3, they wouldn't have had a championship in year 5.
Ooh, how about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Jared Williams says you can feel the vibe of a successful rebuild, though. Yes, you can. You can have a team that's not winning a lot of games, but you can see, there's improvement. So I think that's what we need to see within 3 seems like a lot. Within 2 to 3 years, need to have that sense of, all right, look at that. Something's happening here.
I mean, I go back to what I said, though, Whitey. I mean, if they make the playoffs this year, is that a sign things are headed in the right direction? Or no? Whatever happens this year.
It might not be.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
It depends on the composition of the roster. If you have an older roster that gets into the playoffs, but that everyone can see they're not going to get much better, then what are you really accomplishing?
Yeah. And I think that's why when I say bridge year, gap year, that's why I think this year it's sort of playing with house money almost, you know? If you make the playoffs, great, but we still need to see. If you don't, well, not much was expected. It's really about year 2 and year 3, I think, for Scott Perry going forward, you know, because it's, and he's preached patience. It takes time to build a winner.
Bruno in Micaritaville says, all in caps, by the way, success will be judged if we can sign a top 10 free agent just because they want to come to Sacktown. That would be nice. I don't know about that as a barometer.
Come on, man.
What's the
that's wrong.
Yeah, what's the goal the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow of the 3 to 5 years for me? I think I'm struggling, fellas, in the form of how we're quantifying success.
Right. That's a good point, Jay.
Well,
perennial playoffs.
Right.
We've talked, Jay, about, I think your feeling is you want to win a championship at some point. Scott Perry, as far as I know, has not once mentioned a championship. I could be wrong. I don't think one time has he mentioned
I haven't heard it.
Winning a championship. He has talked about sustained competitiveness. He's talked about that a lot. So that's what they're aiming for. Presumably, if you are able to maintain sustained competitiveness, you have a shot at a championship. But that's the key, because in the NBA, we know that that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Would you consider acceptable 4 to 5 year period, sort of what the Minnesota Timberwolves have done?
Yes.
Now, Whitey, back-to-back conference finals.
Yeah.
But the 2 years prior, lost in the first round, back-to-back years.
With a young team, though, some young stars.
As a Kings, and some old stars, too. Gobert, Conley, Cat been around. My thing, they identified Anthony Edwards as their guy. My thing is this. If it's this year and next year we make the first round, is that success? So it might not even be the results. It might be how the team roster looks.
Yeah.
Do we have a guy to build around? Do we look like a team that's on the rise, not a team that's just hanging on, if you will?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of great, knowledgeable fans here who are not going to be, I don't know that the team would have any interest in doing that. But let's say the team is a 43, 44 win team for a few years, and they get in the playoffs, maybe a few years, then they lose. Hey, look at that. We're in the playoffs. Kings fans are not going to be suckered into, well, you're not doing anything. That I think is one of the keys. If you're like Domas's Pacers were, where you get knocked out of the first round, was it 4 years in a row, whatever it was?
Whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah. Kings fans are now making the playoffs 2 or 3 years in a row. Sounds like, oh, that'd be great. But I think fans here are sophisticated enough where they would recognize, if you're not actually building towards truly being a contender, I don't think they're going to be on board with that.
Do you believe a playoff berth extends Scott's tenure here at least a season? Meaning, all right.
You mean with the higher ups, with Uncle V?
Or no, fan base wise. Like if we back-to-back first round and then maybe we make the second round, that's 3 years. Do we give them 2 more years to be a champion, or does it, all right, we're building now, you got 4 or 5 more years? Like, how does it?
We'll answer that.
A break. Oh, I like that. Okay.
When we come right back. Right. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If I like it, I'm in trouble. If I love it, I'm dead. Why does everything fun put a gun to my head?
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
My apologies. Very unprofessional. I'm just looking up my Disney pin to see how much it's worth on eBay. All right.
How much?
A little bit. I'm not sure.
$8?
There's one for 25, 35, 30. You know, it depends exactly what it is and all that. $20. Okay. I mean, all right. That's something.
What do you do with pins over the years? Do you just save them? Do you still have a bunch of, like, a drawer full of pins? Or
I have some World Series ones that I got and that my dad got when he was covering 62 World Series. And I have from the Bay Bridge series.
Really?
Yeah, I have, since it was both teams, I got covering both teams, got A's and Giants from 89. So I have those, and I have a couple Super Bowl pins, but it's not like I have a collection. I just hung on to them because I know they're cool.
Right.
And they kind of, in a way, in my mind, they connect me to my dad a little bit. So I have them, but, and I know where they are, but I don't have them, like prominently displayed or anything.
Right. Okay. Because I mean, in the business we get pins. People give us stuff, and I just got like them just laying around wherever.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like, I got one when Kobe passed. They handed out all the like a kit 24 to all the broadcasters, and I got one of those.
I have did you get the basketball one? Like David Stern when he passed away?
I think I got that one too. Yep.
Yeah,
I got that one also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I what do I do with them? They just sit around though. You know? eBay.
Or I'll
sell
take
it.
them. Yeah.
Sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick, fellas, you just gave me some pop back in my mind. So Kobe had 2 services when he passed.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go to one of them.
Get out of here.
Yeah, because the Christie and all that.
Oh yeah.
The like, I wouldn't sell it because of. I just don't think you make money on a person that passed away in obituary. That's crazy, right? But that stuff's got to be worth something, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
To somebody.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. I may have mentioned this before, but years ago when Jackie Robinson died around 1976, I think. And my dad sent a card in, a sympathy card, and he got a card back from Rachel Robinson.
Oh.
And I'll never forget it because it was gray with blue lettering, kind of like the old Brooklyn Dodgers. And he gave it to me, and I used it in a book report, I remember, and I lost it. And I have no idea if it'd be worth anything, but that's just, to me, it's like, oh my goodness, what a piece of baseball history from Rachel Robinson.
That's pretty
on
sweet.
The passing of Jackie.
And you still have that?
I don't have it.
Lost
shoot.
it.
Yeah.
Dang. Dude, that's one of those things you just keep forever.
Yes. Yes. Years ago, I was at Disneyland for one of their anniversaries. We did a radio show from there. It was cool. We were on the rides, broadcasting and
that's
stuff.
cool.
And then when I came back and people were asking me, it was the opening of Captain EO and something else, Star Tours, I think, when they opened.
Ooh.
And I came back and a lot of people were wondering, hey, did you get any pins? Do you want them? And I was like, well, I don't care. But I found out they're really collectibles on the day of the rides.
People are out there selling them too and everything. Yeah, that's a real thing.
I think I may have those somewhere, but I was just oblivious.
From the day it opened?
That'd
be huge, man. That'd be
somewhere.
That'd be massive. Yeah.
You said Star Wars?
Star Tours. Star Tours, and I think Captain EO.
Captain EO, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be worth something.
Got to.
If I can find it.
What year was that?
I think it was 85 or 86, something like that. Yeah.
It's crazy how long Disney ride's been around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When did Space Mountain open?
1970. 78?
Waiting's way back.
77.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you, White.
You're pretty on at Disneyland. I wonder which the one at Disney World opened, because that's the first one I went to. Disney World, 75.
Have you ever read or seen any of the books about things that go wrong backstage at Disneyland?
No.
We don't need to go over it, but it's pretty interesting.
Give me one. Just give me one that's radio friendly.
FCC on the top of my head, I don't know that I can, and I want to be careful.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. As you can imagine, though, there's a lot going on, and things don't always go the way they're planned. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, remember when this is not, well, I guess it's radio friendly. Do you remember they used to have those, I don't know what you call them, they're like trams that would go overhead?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like from the Matterhorn to, I don't know what it was, Space Mountain, whatever. They stopped doing those because people it was like a challenge to have relations in those, and they
get out of here.
They shut them down. They had to shut them down.
People used to get busy in those.
They
did.
Okay.
They
did. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore. You asked a question that we pledged we would answer.
Oh yeah. What was it? I'm looking at Disneyland stuff.
It was the Kings, and if they make
playoffs,
make
the playoffs first couple. Like, does that buy Scott Perry more time? Well, from a fan standpoint, not necessarily. You know, does it buy up? All right. I see, you know, we're making some progress, Scott. But like I was saying before, theoretically we could make the playoffs this year. Let's say, as a 7-8 seed, let's just say. Does that buy Scott more time on the back end? Everybody's saying 3 years, 5 years. As you get closer, or is it 5 years? We definitely need to be a championship contender. You know what I mean? A Western Conference Finals contender. Or is it, all right, we made the playoffs a couple of years. Okay, I see what we're doing. All right, Scott, you got some more time. Year 3, year 4, year 5. All right, we're second round. Like, how quickly does this need to be completed, if you will, if you're a Kings fan?
I'm sure everybody has their different views of it. Kings fans I think we agree on this, Jay. Jay and I have been following the Kings for, many, 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 many years. I've never seen the fan base as divided as they've been in the last year. So I think you'd probably get a lot of different answers to that. I think you'd probably get some fans like, yeah, if you're a playoff team, that's great. What could be better than that? And you also have fans go, nah, they're stuck in the middle. This ain't it. You got to get out of that being stuck in the middle with you. Steelers wheel.
There you go. It just hit me, Whitey, when you were saying you haven't seen the fan base this divided. Is it the fan base that's divided over where the team is, or is it the nature of our society right now where everybody's divided on something? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning it's, a microwave society. We want it now. We want instant gratification. If it doesn't happen now, or is it because we've been in worse situations before? So why is it now? Is it just because the way society is?
That's a
It's
great
like,
point.
you know what I mean?
Not, we don't need to talk about this. We all know we're as divided as a country as we've probably ever been.
Right.
Unless anybody who goes back, I don't quite go back to the Civil War, but
we were pretty divided.
So I get that. But at the same time, I think it's because in addition to that, things came together so quickly under Mike Brown. And I think Kings fans felt like, finally, we've been waiting so long for this, and now it's happened. And then that evaporated so quickly. I think that also contributed to fans going, wait a minute, we've been hoodwinked. How did that not last longer?
Yeah, because the reason why I ask this, the fan base may be divided, but come opening night, 17,000 and change are going to be there. And so I wonder is it really divided, or is it just more vocal now, social media, sports talk radio, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I honestly feel like the fans are more divided than they've been ever, because you get so many people and so many, like we said, tear it down. I mean, we're hearing things that, choosing my words carefully here, that give voice to a level of frustration I don't know that we've ever seen before with this organization.
I'd second that.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd go back to, and that's a great point what you brought up, Drapes, without even diving into it. I think, the realm and the space that we operate in now in our society,
the environment we're in now,
like the community and how we operate definitely is a part of it.
Right.
I'd also say, and we've had this conversation, fellas, when it comes to the quick successes, like you said, Whitey, with Mike Brown, and tasting that. It's like getting that taste of sugar you haven't had in a long time, fresh off a diet. And we know it's like, oh man, it's hard to stay away from that a little bit.
And then all of a sudden, no more candy for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I think, because if we were just in parallel and in the middle or at the back end, like we've been so long, it'd be a little different. But to taste that success and see it and understand it and feel it, it's like, and on top of that, we had a new home, meaning Doco, the Golden One Center. That was a whole entire different feel, compared to Arco. So I just think that plays a part in it as well.
Yeah. You tell me if this doesn't reflect a divided fan base. I know it's a small sample size, but still, Gregory Johnson in the chat. I think how our next couple draft picks turn out will be a key to the future. Okay. Gracie approved. I need the vibes to be good. A bit tired of the drama. Finally, Guerrero grows. At this point,
why could I do that?
I almost think it would have been better if the Kings would have left Sacramento and went to Seattle.
Come on, man. Come on.
Who said that?
That's Guerrero grows.
That might be a Laker sneaking in.
Yeah, maybe.
A Sonic fan.
Come on, man. Can you imagine a city if we didn't have the Kings?
I don't like to.
I don't even want to think about that. I'm sorry. Don't even want to think about that. I think Guerrero grows is just trolling right now, because there's no way he thinks that. No way. Said we would have been Warriors fans enjoying multiple championships. That would have been gross.
See?
Disgusting. Come on now. Come on, man. Guerrero grows. Yeah, I mean, but this is a small sample size, and you said it, White. It's a small sample size. And the majority of Kings fans, believe it or not, aren't listening to our show and weighing in on YouTube and in the text line.
I find that hard.
It's hard to believe. I understand that. But I do think the majority of Kings fans have some faith in Scott Perry. Now, like you said, how to do it, how to go about it, it may be divided. But I think fans are still supportive of the team.
Hopefully Scott Perry will look back, if he hasn't already, on some of the mistakes the Kings have made so that he can learn about them to avoid them. And to that point, the Kevin 7
that's coming up. Yeah.
The Kings 7 worst trades ever.
Oh,
check me on this.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
How that's going to be so positive?
Yeah. How'd you create that today in a beautiful week and sunny? Jake the Bird outside.
We've got maybe a big trade coming up. We need to learn
You've been hanging out with Guerrero Groves. That's the problem.
Anytime. GG. What's up? Yeah, so we'll look at that. The Kings' 7 worst trades ever. Check me to see if I miss any. Next on Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Throwing things at or onto a field or court can seriously injure people, unless it's that hockey thing where you throw the teddy bears on the ring. So they all get collected and given to kids.
All of them? No bear left behind.
You can listen to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube or the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive knows we all crave validation.
Girl, you are not 37.
I would have guessed 27.
You guys are too sweet.
Sure. Dewy skin.
Terrific. Is something wrong, Ned?
Why would you ask? Just because today marks my 10th anniversary without a car accident or even a speeding ticket? But somehow, tonight's all about your skincare. Wow.
With Snapshot from Progressive, you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. And that's all the validation you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Power, grit, and capability. You'll find it all at Kia of Vacaville today. Tackle the road or no road at all with Kia of Vacaville in the spacious 2025 Kia Telluride. Rugged, aggressive, and built for adventure. Or load up the crew and hit the trail in the versatile 2025 Kia Sorento. Need efficiency for the daily grind? Kia of Vacaville has you covered there too. Swing by next to the Vacaville outlets or check out inventory online at KiaVacaville.com. Limited inventory available, so hurry in now. See dealer for details.
Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
We've been talking a lot today about some things that happened and some things that people on staff won at our staff meeting today. And now it's time for us to give someone, maybe you, a fabulous prize. You can win a pair of tickets to Thunder Showdown 3 at the venue at Thunder Valley on September 6th. High voltage live boxing action. Returning to the venue September 6th, Uppercut Promotions presents six big fights featuring many undefeated and local fighters. Thunder Showdown 3 happening September 6th at the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now to score a pair of tickets to the event. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Thunder Showdown 3. Thanks for listening and good luck. And thank you, Jay, for getting that ready to go.
Did we do a caller? What caller did you say?
Oh, I did not say.
Yeah.
4, big fella. 4.
4.
Yeah.
4.
Actually, you know what? Because I'm feeling Super happy today because Drapes is having a great day. We're gonna give away 2 pair today.
What?
Come on.
What?
4 and 5.
Okay, that's you.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
You're on your own on that one, Jay.
Yeah, I'm rolling solo here.
Okay.
All right.
In a giving mood today.
Yes, definitely 4 and 5. And Drapes is having maybe the greatest day ever because he said, I'm having a great day. I found out I'm going to have root canal and I'm still having a great day.
Hey, I tell you, it's
That's
hurting
tremendous.
right now. I know. I was looped up on them painkillers. It's back to reality right now. It's killing me right now, man.
Do you know what you were taking?
No, it was just over the counter stuff, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm doubling up on Tylenol and Advil, but I got a prescription that I need to pick up here tonight. So
Yeah.
I want to get that too.
Yeah. When I had my wisdom teeth out, it was 8 years ago and it was 4 at once. And they gave me like Buffrin or something. No, it's like,
Oh, remember that? Buffrin.
Yeah. But it was, they prescribed a high dose.
Yeah.
High dosage. And it worked. Yeah. Now, are there going to be complaints about this? The 7 worst trades in Kings history?
Well, I mean, you and Guerrero Grows and some of the fans on the text line and YouTube just being so negative today, man. You know, trying to ruin my vibe, but I'll let you get it off.
Yeah. This is just to say, look, these were the old days. We don't do this anymore. Hey, Scott Perry, you remember these? Maybe you haven't heard of some of these. These are the things you want to avoid.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, that's how you spinning it.
Right.
Okay.
Because you've got a chance of the Kings making a really big deal here. Again, we don't know. We haven't spent a lot of time talking about that today because it's been done to death. But with a potentially big franchise shifting trade on the horizon, here are the 7 worst trades, in my opinion, the Sacramento Kings have ever made.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
It's not 1, 2, or even 3. It's 7. Kevin 7 with Whitey Gleason.
That's pretty. Is that brand new? Is this the
never heard
first
it before.
time? Oh, that's
First
pretty
of all,
good.
First time.
Thank you, Jay.
Jay is working hard back there.
Yeah, and thank you, LeBron. All right, number 7, September 27th, 1989. Ralph Sampson traded by the Golden State Warriors to the Sacramento Kings for Jim Peterson. Now, Jim Peterson played a couple more years.
Right.
He was towards the end of the line. So it's not so much what the Kings gave up, but Ralph Sampson played 51 games for the Kings. He averaged 3.6 points per game, and he shot .369 from the floor. The poor guy he was done. He was finished. And I remember at the press conference talking to him about how you used to have to be the savior. You don't have to be that now. And he goes, yeah, and I like that. The poor guy was done.
So that's number 5?
That's number 7.
Oh, yeah, because it's
number 7. Yeah.
Kevin 7. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 6. September 23rd, 1991. You ever heard of Dwayne Shinsis?
Oh, yeah. Big Dwayne. Former Denver
Rest in
Nuggets,
peace.
right?
Rest in peace. Dwayne Shinsis acquired from the Spurs for Antoine Carr.
Damn.
In 1 year with the Kings, Shinsis averaged 3.3 points and 3.6 rebounds. Antoine Carr, big dog, played 9 more seasons, averaged double figures in points the next 2 seasons.
Was that a straight up Carr for Shinsis?
I think it was.
Wow.
Didn't really work out. I think that was Dick Motta going, we need a big fella.
Yeah.
This guy's got a lot of promise.
That's pretty bad. That's bad.
Number 5, February 16th, 2008. The Atlanta Hawks acquired Mike Bibby. In exchange, and Mike Bibby was like kind of the last one of that great team holding the bag. They got Mike Bibby for Sheldon Williams, Anthony Johnson, Tyronn Lue, Lorenzen Wright, and a 2008 second-round pick, which was used to select Sean Singletary. Now, Sheldon Williams, I think he was the number 2 pick.
Yeah, Duke, right?
Yeah. In 58 games with the Kings, Sheldon Williams averaged 4.4 points per game. Mike Bibby helped the Hawks to their first playoff berth in 8 years, and the next season to their first playoff series win since 1999. He was on the downside, and the Kings were to the point where they felt like we got to move off of those great teams, but that was a trade that didn't work out too well.
Yeah, that. And you got a whole bunch of players.
Yeah.
And none of them panned out.
I don't even know if how many of them actually played for the Kings, but Sheldon Williams,
wow.
I remember watching the telecast, hey, you got a lottery pick. And it didn't work out. Yeah. Isn't it great Mike Bibby's back home?
Yeah, shout out to Mike Bibby.
Yeah. Number 4, 7 worst trades Sacramento Kings have made.
Okay.
August 1st, 1990. Danny Ainge traded by the Sacramento Kings to the Portland Trailblazers for Byron Irvin, a 1991 first-round pick that turned out to be Pete Chilcutt, nice guy, and a 1992 second-round pick that turned out to be Brett Roberts. Danny Ainge.
Wow.
Yeah. Danny Ainge averaged 18.5 points per game as a King. After they traded him, he would go on to help both Portland and Phoenix get to the NBA Finals. I don't know that he really wanted to be around here.
Right.
He didn't get along great with Dick Motta.
Oh, he didn't?
Not really.
Surprising. Ainge not getting along with somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dick Motta used to do a thing called the chair drill. He would have he put out chairs, and the players would shoot over the chairs.
Okay.
And they had a big win over somebody that year. And I remember in the locker room, Dick Motta's talking about, we did the chair drill, blah, blah, blah. So I'd go into the locker room to talk to the players and ask Danny Ainge about the chair drill. He's like, oh, yeah, Motta probably thinks it was the chair. It was the chair drill. Yeah. So that was number 4. Number 3, and some of those are, way.
So
way
these
back.
are getting progressively worse.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Third worst trade. By the way, draft picks not involved here. These are just trades. And I'll tell you straight up that the Domas Halliburton trade is not on here. The Kings got an all-league player for Halliburton. I know a lot of fans look at it and go, yeah. There's no way that was anywhere near one of the worst trades in Kings history. It wasn't even a bad trade. So, number 3, February 20th, 2017.
Okay.
DeMarcus Cousins and Omri Caspi shipped to New Orleans in exchange for rookie guard Buddy Hield, Tyreek Evans, Langston Galloway, and the Pelicans' first and second round picks in the 2017 draft.
Hold on.
A lot of turmoil when that trade.
Let me read that. Let me hear that one again.
DeMarcus Cousins and Omri Caspi traded to New Orleans. Coming back, the Kings got Buddy Hield, rookie. They got Tyreek Evans, Langston Galloway, and the Pelicans' first and second round picks in the 2017 draft. Now, years later, you look at that, you're probably thinking, that doesn't sound horrible.
Doesn't sound horrible.
Mm-hmm. The Kings sent that first rounder, which was number 10, to Portland for picks 15 and 20 in the next draft. Ooh. They ended up with Justin Jackson and Harry Giles. Damn. And as bad as the nuts and bolts of the trade were, the optics of trading Cousins at the All-Star game were worse. That was one of the reasons it was such a bad trade.
Right, all right. Okay.
Marcus is talking to reporters after the All-Star game, and a member of Kings PR on video seen telling them, you just got to trade it.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So it's more than just the actual return and everything. It's just
right. Yeah. With the second rounder they got, I think they got Frank Mason. Yeah. Okay. So that was it was a hugely significant move for the Kings to trade DeMarcus, and it ended up with a lot of people around here feeling like that just wasn't done right. Number 2, the 2 worst trades in Sacramento Kings history in the Kevin 7. July 11th, 2014, the Sacramento Kings sent restricted free agent Isaiah Thomas to the Phoenix Suns in a sign and trade deal.
For who?
The trade occurred after reaching a new 4-year, $28 million contract. In return, the Kings acquired $7 million trade exception and the rights to forward Alex Oriaki, the 57th overall pick in 2013.
Really?
Yes. Isaiah Thomas was coming off a 20.6 assist season. He would end up moving that season from Phoenix to Boston. Phoenix also moved off him. He would end up being a 2-time All-Star. And with some of that money they got, they ended up bringing in Darren Collison.
There you go.
Yeah. And he was a decent player. But, yes, Isaiah Thomas, again,
that sign and
player
trade
was beloved by Kings fans.
Was he gone no matter what, and that's why they did it? Sign and trade, Whitey.
Yeah, I think they were ready to move off of him.
Damn.
I think he would have stayed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, for a $7 million trade exception. Number 1, the worst trade in Sacramento Kings history. July 1st, 2015. The Kings wanted to create cap space to rebuild their team. And they could have stretched out some players to do that, but they instead decided to trade the players to the Sixers. And to get the Sixers to take them, they attached draft assets.
Really? What deal was this?
This was Nick Stauskas, Carl Landry, and Jason Thompson.
Oh, this is the pick that
along with
into...
an unprotected 2019 first-round pick, plus 2016 and 2017 first-round pick swaps to the Sixers for Arturas Gudaitis and Luka Mitrovic. And they really were just getting
pretty bad.
The cap space Now, they dodged a bullet because they ended up with De'Aaron Fox out of that. And I know he's a bum. He's terrible. That's what people say now. That could have been a lot worse for them. I think with the unprotected 2019, I think that's the one the Sixers used to get Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, but if I'm correct, that's the one Danny Ainge flipped.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Jason Tatum.
Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, so we could add Tatum here.
What did the Kings do with the cap room they created? They, of course, signed Rajon Rondo, Marco Bellinelli, and Costa Koufos. So there you go. By my count, the 7 worst trades in Sacramento Kings.
So let me ask you this.
That is your Kevin.
That's great work. Give it up for Kevin. Give it up for my co-host, Kevin Whiten, please.
Thank you.
Clap it up. This dude worked hard on that. He put the time and the effort. But, you know how I am.
But.
And let me say again, good job researching that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I'm talking about, Jay and Whitey and listeners. The negativity in this town sucks. How come you couldn't say the 7 best trades in Sacramento?
I tried,
Kings?
but I could only find 4.
Are you being honest or no? But you see what I mean? Like, why we got to look at the potential negatives?
Because
what if this is a home run?
Because it's part of our history, and you just have to acknowledge it, in my opinion.
You know what, man?
It brings us closer together. Those of us who experienced it, and I'm not, I know you weren't here then, and I respect that you weren't here, but some of that stuff, it speaks to why we're where we are now, Drapes, with the expectations and the disappointments and some of that, as you say, that negative attitude. Yeah, we probably could use to improve that, but it's almost like a defense mechanism when you go through some of the things that Kings fans have had to go through.
I get it. But this is C-Web ain't walking through that door, Whitey.
Right.
Mike Bibby, well, he might walk through the door.
Yeah, he could.
And Bobby Jackson, Paige. Well, all right, they all might walk through the door. But I like to view things a little more rosy, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Because my boy at Clutch Points, because I'm going to counter you, big fella, because I know you worked hard on that. Mike Cruz, my guy at Clutch Points.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2023.
Not really your guy here just right now for the sake of discussion.
I didn't even know I had to scroll up and see
Mike
his name.
Cruz with who?
He did the 8 best trades in Sacramento Kings history.
Okay.
So I'm going to call it Drapes 8.
Yeah.
Ooh, you like that, right? Going from back to first. This is my guy, Mike Cruz.
Okay.
Number 8, Wayman Tisdale. The trade deadline of 1989, the Kings acquire Wayman Tisdale after spending 3 years with the Indiana Pacers. Tisdale did not waste any time showing his impact for Sacramento. His first year, 19.8 points, 9.6 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't list who they gave up.
Was it Randy Whitman and somebody? I don't know.
Ooh,
it was
Randy
right around
Whitman.
the time they made the trade for Ainge. I think they got Tisdale and Ainge at about the same time. Things were happening at that point.
That was a good trade, right?
Whoa.
Good trade.
Yeah.
Wayman Tisdale.
Your buddy Mike Cruz, next time he does this, tell him to include, everybody in the trade.
Yeah. I'll have him updated.
Text him that right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Number 7.
You got the Cruz man's number?
Yeah, got a min. No, I'm talking about Drapes. Drapes, that's his guy.
And that is,
got
I'm
to
sure
amend that.
I'd usually tweet at him.
But that was a good trade.
Yeah. Doug Christie.
Ooh.
How about number 7? Acquiring Doug Christie.
For Corliss?
Back then, traded by the Raptors to the Kings for Corliss Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good trade?
Yeah.
Doug Christie, yeah, no doubt about it.
Corliss was not a bad player, as you know.
Right, no,
that was Jeff Petrie with the foresight to recognize this guy's good, but that guy could really take his place.
Mm-hmm. Doug Christie. That was number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, how about this guy? Brad Miller.
Great trade.
Yes. Part of a 3-teamer. Ron Mercer was included. Scott Pollard. Kings traded Scott Pollard to the Pacers. Kings traded Hito to the Spurs, but we got back Brad Miller.
Wasn't Brad Miller an all-star with the Kings?
Yes,
he
I
was.
believe it was. Solid trade. See, I'm being positive here, Whitey.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful day outside. Ron Artest. What do you think about that one? This is Clutch Points, Mike Cruz, because they traded Peja to Indiana for that.
Peja was, kind of not what he had been, and Ron Artest helped them. That team, he helped catapult that team into the playoffs. Yeah.
Was that a good trade at the time? You know,
it
it's
was.
Obviously. Okay.
It was. It was significant again because when you send out one of those guys, it's like,
yeah,
you know, kind of you have to adjust your reality a little bit. But yeah, that was a really gritty, tough team.
This one, number 4, should be maybe even higher. The Kings acquired Mitch Richmond from the Golden State Warriors for the rights to Billy Owens. Can't argue with that.
Fleece.
Right.
That's a fleecing, right?
It was. Yes.
Fleecing. Hall of Famer for, and I love Billy Owens coming out of Syracuse, but he underachieved.
I think our friend Jerry made that deal.
Really?
I believe Jerry made that deal.
A hell of a deal. Shout out to our boy Jerry. Number 3. Ooh. Mike Cruz. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm just reading what Mike
dancing with the devil on this, James.
I'm just reading what Mike Cruz had to say.
Jay's shaking his head.
Number 3. 8 best trades Kings franchise history. The Drapes 8.
Yeah.
Domantas Sabonis.
Ooh.
That's a tough one. Because it could be on both lists.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't a bad trade, but it wasn't the third best.
At the time, at 2023, when he wrote this, maybe.
That's early, Mike Cruz.
Between that, you got to update your list, Mike Cruz. But Domas for Tyrese. Okay.
I mean, you could make a strong argument there.
Number 2. And we should know what number 2 and number 1 are.
Are we letting him off the hook for that one too easily, Jay?
No, it's Mike Cruz. It's not me.
I know, but you're the one. Let me tell you about my guy, Mike Cruz. And now all of a sudden, I've never heard of the guy.
I know.
I'll tweet at him.
Got to tweet it. He going to have to update it. That's why I was like, oh, man, Mike, I didn't even read this. Number 2, my boy, Mike Bibby.
Yeah.
J. Will, Mike Bibby trade?
Yeah.
Catapulted us, right?
It's up there.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that.
Weber, number 1.
And C. Webb, number 1. So for every bad trade, my boy Mike Cruz came up with an equally good trade from the Kings.
True, but in fitting Kings fashion, number 3 on the best trades is a trade that a lot of Kings fans will tell you was one of their worst. Which
Honestly,
I don't think it was.
Yeah, that's probably on the back end. That's honorable mention or something now. I'd also argue that the Rocks trade should have been a little higher.
No, that's what I was thinking too. That should be,
He was the Sacramento Kings for a long time.
Yeah, he brought legitimacy.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure.
And mind you, this, I do believe, when Mike Cruz wrote this, was the Beam Team year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So we're feeling all good, and Domas all NBA and everything like that.
I will say this. A lot of people around the league, especially during the finals and the playoffs, just totally disregarded everything that Domantas Sabonis has done here. You know, when they talk about, the King, what a terrible, how could they get rid of that guy? Do you know what they got for him? Right. I think a lot of people don't pay attention to that because it's just easier. It's more convenient. Oh, the Kings are terrible. They traded that guy. Well, that's not the whole story.
Right.
They were a playoff team.
Look,
They won 48, 46, and 40 games.
Right. And we don't get that without Domas. Let's call it what it is.
I agree.
You know, we don't even sniff the Beam Team era and the high that came with that. See, but here's the thing, Whitey. This is what I'm talking about right here from the 916. Don't bring that positive nonsense in here, Drapes. Like, come on, Kings fans. And then somebody, the same person, we are united in our misery, Drapes. Come on, Kings fans. It ain't that
There's
bad.
a lot of truth to that.
It ain't
Misery
that
is
bad.
probably an overstatement. But as basketball fans, there has been some basketball misery. I don't want to quote Rudy Gay, but I will if you're going to make me to.
I don't want to hear. I remember that. Yeah. You need to get Rudy Gay on here.
Yeah.
Can we get Rudy Gay on, Jay?
Sure.
Yeah. I would love to talk to Rudy Gay.
See if we can try.
Yeah.
One thing that I think.
Tango.
Yeah. One thing that I don't think Domas gets enough credit for. We talked about this earlier. I think he's so consistent. And you pointed out that last year,
a little
Fox
bit.
trade,
Yeah.
but you look at his numbers every year, and he gives you what he's going to give you, good numbers every year, like 19 something points, 12 rebounds, tops in the league, really solid defensive rebounding numbers, especially, and a lot of assists.
Let me piggyback on that, Whitey, because 19.1 points, 13.9 rebounds, 41.7% from three.
Yes.
That's a hell of a season from Domas.
It is.
Yeah, you're right. And there's this narrative, and I did, I'm a culprit also, that he didn't have a good season. He had a hell of a season.
He did.
I'm gonna look at some of his splits though, just for my own personal, because I did feel like, and maybe it was the injuries or something like that, but pre-All-Star, here you go. Before All-Star, 20.4 points, 14.6 rebounds. How the hell he didn't make All-Star team? I'm still trying to figure out. You average 20 and 14, you should be there. After the All-Star, 15.4, 11.8. So his numbers were, and the three-point shooting before All-Star, 45.5. After All-Star, 27.3.
He did go through the worst, I'll call it, slump that he's gone through since
Yeah.
he's been here.
Yeah.
But we have this on the Chateau. Ryan Williams Art. Isn't that your guy?
Oh, yeah. It's been a while. What's
he
up?
says Sabonis brought us one playoff season. And Jess Escoto says that's more than a lot of players that have come and gone.
That's true.
Think
Think about that. Last 20 years or so,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does his jersey get retired when it's all said and done? Doma?
Ryan Williams Art?
No, definitely not that. Remember, he brought me the wallet in, too. The Kirkland wallet back, and it still got that somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Domas.
It depends what happens between now and then when he retires, but I'd say he's certainly on that fast track for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony Ray Harvey. Kings trade Danny Ainge, then go on that 43-game losing streak on the road between 1990, 91, and 91, 92. Yes, 43 is a record. Yeah.
Come on, Tony.
See?
Negative.
You have to acknowledge this, Strapes. This is all real.
I got a new segment I'm going to have to unveil. Maybe next week or when you're off.
Positive vibes?
Yeah, positive drapes. You know what I mean? Like, positive affirmations, like Stuart Smalley from Saturday Night Live. Play some nice soft music and everything. Just so I can, we live in Sacramento. It's sunny and 90s right now. Beautiful city. A lot going on out here. I'm not going to be negative like that, big fella. That's not me. I'm not. I'm done that. I'm done living negative, Whitey.
Guerrero Grows is going to be negative. You guys didn't even look up their stats to see who did better the next year between Jason Williams and Mike Bibby.
So are you saying Guerrero Grows? The Kings did not win that trade? Like that was not a good trade for the Sacramento Kings? Go ahead, Guerrero Grows. I want him on record here. Without that trade, we don't get to the Western Conference Finals.
I think you're right.
Come on, man.
I think you're right. Sometimes it's not even about necessarily the most talented or gifted player.
Right. Ryan Williams Art, best trade in Kings history. Golden One Center for Arco. Closing down Arco, opening up G1C. I've never been to Arco.
I don't know if that was the best ever. No.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Candlestick. Did you ever have occasion to go to Candlestick?
No, never.
Candlestick was in a lot of ways a dump. In a lot of ways, but if you went to any big games there or any games at all, there's a good chance you remember them fondly.
Really?
And that's kind of Arco too, was kind of, it was just past its prime. And the Kings, actually, the organization wanted everyone to get that impression. Because they wanted a new arena. So like they would have tours and everyone had to wear a helmet, like a construction helmet, because they were trying to create the vibe that, the roof could fall. But it just was a little past its expiration date by the end. It was just not, the concourse was so small. It was a wonderful place, but it was time for it to go.
So you couldn't even really maneuver through it that well?
So, you look back on it, remember what it was when it opened and everything. It's like it was the crown jewel of the valley.
Sort of like old Boston Garden.
I don't know. You tell me.
No, and I've never been there, but the stories I hear really was a dump.
Yeah.
But inside during the games, the great memories and everything like that.
Right.
It had some soul, some fabric to it.
It did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Does the Golden One Center, does it have, vibe now? I would say yes. And I think any doubt that it did was erased during the Warriors playoff series.
Oh yeah. 100%. Like that's what but you got to have the team be good. Like the reason Arco we romanticize about it is the team was good. Yeah, some great memories in there. Same thing with Golden One. I've told the story. The loudest arena I've ever been in, for me personally, was Game 1. at Golden One Center against the Warriors. When that team ran out onto the floor, the loudest I've ever heard any arena.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we were prepared for something like that, right?
Yep.
We thought.
Yep.
I was like,
here it is. Here, because everybody had showed the video from what, 96? Or when was it? They showed the video of Slampson.
I think that was 96 against Seattle.
Yeah, I think so. And I had watched that video several times on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my God, if it's like this, it's going to be a movie. And it was.
Yeah. You know, that one of the things about Arco, too, there was a lot of wood in there, and wood conducts sound.
Yeah.
I was at a playoff game there, and what was it, 2000? Game 4 against the Lakers in a best of 5. And I went with my daughter, Lonnie, and she was sitting right next to me. We couldn't hear each other the whole game, stood the whole game, and you could not. Ask Derek Martin about it once. He said, yeah, that was about the loudest.
Wow.
Yeah. But that place was really would conduct a sound. When we come back, Drapes has to run a little early today, but he's not done yet. Before he goes, Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz. You ready for that? Yeah. Take it on, Jay. Next, Sacktown Sports.
Visit SacktownSports.com and join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Alan Siles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Jacob Wilson, out with that left forearm fracture, was placed on the IL with an injury dating back to his hit by pitch. His expected return is before the end of the season. Max Muncy, out with a right hand fracture, has begun taking ground balls and throwing, but has been unable to swing a bat. He is moving in the right direction, per his manager, Mark Kotze. That was your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
And we're back live during a Flex Alert. Dialed in on the thermostat. Oh, we're pre-cooling before 4 p.m., folks.
And that's the end of the third. Time to set it back to 78 from 4 to 9 p.m. Clutch move by the home team. What's the game plan from here on out?
Laundry?
Not today.
Dishwasher?
Sidelined.
What a performance by Team California. The power truly is ours.
During a Flex Alert, pre-cool, power down, and let's beat the heat together.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Experience the excitement of Sacramento Rivercats baseball at Sutter Health Park. From thrilling plays on the field to fun in the stands with family and friends, Rivercats baseball is for everyone. Enjoy lively entertainment all season long, the best ballpark food around, some of the finest views of the city, and baseball memories with the Sacramento Rivercats to last a lifetime. Grab your tickets now at rivercats.com.
Love and happiness. Yeah. Something that can make you do wrong, make you do right. Yeah.
There is no better duo. Nope. Never.
It's the Drive Guys.
Right here on Sacktown Sports.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate that. No better duo ever. There have been some pretty good duos.
I don't know. All I know is I've been named to several all-time great duos. This might be your first time. So
have you really? Yeah, you and Mike Cruz?
Me and Mike Cruz? Me and my boy Brian Scalabrine?
Uh-huh.
You know? Tommy Heinsohn, you name it, big fella.
Yeah. Did you know that Scal's going to be doing... Is it Amazon? He's going to be
NBC, I believe.
Okay,
right?
yeah, he's going to be doing national
NBC.
stuff.
Yeah, saw that. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, he's going national, and you're sitting here with me. That's good.
Wouldn't trade it for the world, man. This is exactly where I want to be for the next 8-9 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Drapes has to go host a national night out event.
Yeah, let me give this a quick plug. I know we got to get to the Whitey's Wayback quiz here, but shout out to this event that I'm doing at the Roberts Family Development Center from about 5 to about 8:30. It's an outdoor concert, live performances, poetry reading. It's all part of National Night Out, and so over in the Del Paso area. So no, I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Are you reading poetry or what?
No, I'm not MC. I'm the
okay.
master of ceremonies, if you will. You know, I'm the guy directing the traffic.
All right.
There.
Well, I hope you can focus on the task at hand here.
That'd be 3-0, quick work, right?
And I believe you're the reigning champion,
100%,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, come on now. You know better.
It is Whitey's Wayback Machine Quiz for August the 5th. And it's brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Now, I did one today for the staff meeting, but all different and new facts. So nothing that we did during the meeting. And I bring that up because I don't want Drapes to think that Jay, who's in the meeting, will have any kind of advantage.
Okay. I trust you.
Yeah. So our staff, I mean, between doing the top 7 worst trades and double duty on this, man,
you working
the staff's
hard.
been working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's what we have for you, Drapes. We have everything here based on something that happened on this date or is related to something that happened on this date. In these years, we have 1976. That's 1976 NBA, 1986 baseball, 2012 Olympics, 2019 NBA, 1969 home run heroes, and also 1976 baseball records. Where would you like to be?
2012 Olympics.
2012 Olympics. It's multiple choice for you.
Okay, I got this.
All right. Usain Bolt breaks his own record to win the 100 meters at the Olympics. Held in what city, Drapes? Rio, Beijing, London. This date 2012.
London.
I'm sorry?
London. London.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, Jay, you quiet back there.
Man, that was that was a T-ball.
Yeah, that was
Put
an
it on
easy
the
one
T
right
for it.
there. I like that one. That was easy.
He jumps out to the early lead. Over to you, Jay. 76. I think we have 2 in 76. One's baseball, one's basketball. 86, 2019, 1969, and as I said, well, I got so many notes.
You got
here.
about 18 pieces of paper over there.
Yeah.
I'll go for 1986.
1986.
Wade box.
Multiple choice for you, Jay. You try to tie this thing up.
Brett Saberhagen.
Steve Carlton
Okay.
becomes just the second pitcher ever to strike out 4,000 batters for his career. And he does so as a member of what team? The Phillies, the White Sox, Los Gigantes. Steve Carlton, this date, 1986. Steve Carlton has struck out 4,000 batters. He's only the second pitcher ever to do that.
First one that popped in my mind was the White Sox, so I'm going Chicago.
Chicago White Sox is not. Chance for Drapes to steal. Steve Carlton, 86, second pitcher ever to strike out 4,000 hitters. Does so as a member of what team? Phillies or Giants?
I think that might have been his last year with the Phillies. I'm going to go Phillies.
Los Gigantes.
Really?
The Giants, yes. He was a San Francisco Giant.
Okay.
Yes. That is
I knew it was a
tough one.
Giant, but I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. Wow, okay.
No harm, no foul. 1-0. Drapes, back to you.
Let me go up 2-0. I'll do basketball.
All right. 2019 or I think
you got
or 1976.
Ooh, I'll do 2019.
2019, multiple choice. The NBA names its all-decade team for the 2010-2019 decade on this date in 2019. The first team includes LeBron, Steph, Harden, Durant, and who? LeBron, Steph, Harden, Durant, and who? Dirk, Kawhi, Blake Griffin. who was named on this date 2019 to the all-decade team? LeBron, Steph, Harden, Durant, and who? Dirk, Kawhi, Blake.
I'm going to go with, can you read who made it?
Yeah.
Okay.
LeBron, Steph, Harden, Durant. This date, all-decade team for the NBA.
Kawhi Leonard.
That's correct.
Yeah. Jay, come on, baby. Let's go.
You taking the easy one.
No, that ain't easy. You ain't know that one.
I knew that.
Oh, you knew that one?
You had to work. It seemed like you had to work.
No, I just wanted to get the dates correct. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just wanted to see.
Yeah. 1976 basketball, Jay. We also have 1969 home run heroes, and we have 1976 baseball records.
Home run heroes. Let me get back in the game right here, Whitey.
It's multiple choice.
Okay, here we go.
Yes. Willie Stargell, this date, 1969, becomes the first player ever to hit a ball completely out of what park?
What year was this? 69?
1969.
Okay.
Candlestick, Dodger Stadium, Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field.
That is not correct.
Nah, Jay, come on. Come on, big fella. You knew
with,
that.
You could actually clinch it here with this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you read it again?
Willie Stargell, this date, 69, becomes the first player ever to hit a ball completely out of what park? Candlestick or Dodger Stadium? For the win.
Completely out of?
Yes.
Candlestick.
Not correct. Dodger Stadium.
I was thinking, no way.
Jay, stay alive.
Just wanted to elongate this. You know what I mean? Basketball, 76.
Playing with your food a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. But
All
it's
right.
76 basketball.
Okay.
For the win.
For the win.
Clank. Closest to or no? Or,
no, it's multiple choice.
Multiple choice?
Yeah. I was trying to make this easy because I thought this might be, for the staff meeting. This date, 1976. What team loses the draft pick that will become Magic Johnson? And they lose that draft pick for signing free agent guard Gail Goodrich.
Gail Goodrich.
Okay.
Cleveland, Detroit, or Utah? This date, 1976.
Oh, that's a tough one.
What team loses the draft pick that in the future will become Magic Johnson, and
It's
they
easy
lose
work.
it for signing free agent guard Gail Goodrich?
It's easy work.
Cleveland, Detroit, or Utah? Drapes can win it with one more point.
I don't know this one,
Jay, hanging on for dear
I
life.
don't know
Not
this
out of it
one.
yet.
It's one of two teams. Cleveland, Detroit, Utah.
Yes, sir.
1976.
Uh-huh.
Gail Goodrich.
I remember seeing Gail Goodrich play for this team.
Damn, I'm not remembering. I'm going to go with, I might be second guessing myself, the Utah Jazz.
Kyle Draper's the winner.
Yeah, boy.
And they actually were still at New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah, that was an easy
That's
one.
why you threw me there. I was like,
Yeah.
Utah?
Congratulations. Kyle Draper with the win today.
Oh, my bad.
I wait on my music, big fella.
I got your music, man.
Drapes has his victory music.
I got your music, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a hater.
I've been sweeping you this week, Jay.
No. Well, we
It's like
Tuesday.
3 in a row, big fella.
That's 2 in a row. Yesterday, today. I wasn't locked in today.
Was not get the memo. He didn't get the
I
memo,
have a few
y'all.
things I have to work on right now. I wasn't locked in.
I think Jay is more geared to that typical. It was like the time change, right? Different time,
noon tip off.
Yeah. It affected you.
It messed him up.
Yeah, it threw me off. Man, I was trying to, Drapes is having a great day, so I figured I'd send him on the way with peaches and cream,
Appreciate it,
Call me
fellas.
Herb. Just call me Herb.
Herb. Oh, man. That felt good.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna shut that down tomorrow, White. He got 2 in a row, and now he's ready to go. Oh, I
I'm not
forgot.
here. Yeah.
Well, you out to win Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Saturday, which we not. Oh, so you get to walk the week?
Nah, Friday. We're back.
Man, we out at the golf course, man.
Nah,
we not doing
We
that.
can do it there.
We
You
ain't
know what I
doing no
mean?
Whitey's way
We
back
can
at
do
the
a
golf course.
one question winner take all.
Oh, that's fine.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Send them on for the weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So Drapes, I don't even know if you can talk about what all you're doing next couple of days.
Going to
big
National
stuff.
Association of Black Journalists
Shouts out.
Conference.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
In Cleveland.
Cleveland.
And I'm on a panel to talk about being an African-American play-by-play announcer.
Yeah, that's dope.
On a panel Thursday. So,
Mhm.
yep.
And throw that out there, Drapes. If you are not part of the NAB, J, I like to call it. if you are in media, you're listening to the show, you're tied up, man, jump in there. It's I was told by someone years ago to jump in, and it's been a fantastic situation. Yeah, it's dope, man. It's a dope, association to be a part of.
Yeah, and then we'll try to find out. There's probably video of that somewhere if you don't post
it.
Yeah,
man.
Oh
yeah. Some of that video.
For your many fans.
Yeah, we got paparazzi out there, so I'm sure it's
I'm gonna throw one challenge out there, Drake.
Yeah,
I want, because there's gonna be thousands of people out there. I need to get one interview with Draper and somebody that's dope. Doesn't have to be the biggest name. No, I mean, they got to come on the show.
Yeah.
Next
That's
Monday,
easy.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's easy.
Somebody that's out the realm, like who we're not thinking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can work that. That's easy.
Yeah.
Lester Holt.
Yeah.
Ooh,
shout out to Lester. Yeah, I can do that.
He's got Sacramento roots.
Does
he?
I think he was at Channel 3 or something. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Make it even more easier for him to say yes. All right, I can do that.
Why would you throw that out? That Lester we want on, but that doesn't count now.
He say somebody else. All right, I got you. All right. Stephen A. Smith is doing his show out there.
Yeah,
first
I know.
day on Friday, but I'll be gone.
But what is the thing though? Like we can get Stephen on. But, I figure I put Steven on. Whitey would just have to drop the mic. He wouldn't be able to talk between you and him. So,
yeah.
And it's going to go back and forth.
Lay down, get a soda or something. When we come back, Jay and I will try to muddle on as best we can. Despite the efforts of Dodger fans, a mind-boggling slump continues. Want to get Jay's thoughts on that when we come right back to Sacktown Sports.
The Alan Styles Show.
But it's very simple. Jonathan Kuminga is sitting there saying, y'all wasted my time for 4 years. Now I'm going to waste your time. I'm going to waste your time now. You thought that your time was more valuable than my time.
You can listen to the Alan Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Big year. I'm starting middle school.
Welcome to the jungle, Missy.
Best part? My parents promised me a new laptop.
Perfect for homework, essays, and drudgery.
So we went to Staples. They had all the latest tech, and laptops were up to 40% off.
Woo! Another back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button.
Mom high-fived the cashier. So embarrassing.
Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. NC 23, select models only.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We give our best intention, we live.
5 guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Interesting comments as always on the text line. We're so fortunate we get to read all your texts and comments and just sift through the wisdom and grow smarter by osmosis. From the 530, Lester Holt is from Rancho Cordova. I don't know that for a fact, Jay, but I think that's true. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Why do some people who text have an identity? Does the phone system there show the business line that's texted, or do we have to give our handle? I would love it if you guys called me by my name or nickname rather than 916. I will end any future text to this number with Danny Dolphin, mama fan by birth, for better or worse. Hopefully that will give me a better identity than 916 Danny Dolphin. Yes, Danny. I
say it all the time.
Put your name on it.
Right. Meaning, at the end of your text or in the beginning, in the case of Ramsey, say this is me, or say what you want, and line, dash, whatever, 3 periods, something, and then your name.
We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Because, some people will take a shot and they hide behind the area code.
Right.
So, Danny Dolphin, yes, we would love that. If
Danny
you do that.
Dolphin.
Danny Dolphin. Mama Dolphin fan.
Mama D?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We should just give her a name, Mama D.
Yes.
Mama Dolphin.
Jess points out a lot of players won rings after leaving us.
Who said that?
That's Jess.
Well, now we should turn Jess into 916 or 530 or something.
No, that's a good point she makes.
No, absolutely. Is it he or she?
She.
Oh, okay.
Jay Will.
Truth. Peja.
Tim Peja. Yeah.
Mitch Richmond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And those are the only 3 that come to mind, but still,
there's probably 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And, Drapes and I will probably have this tug of war back and forth. And I understand, like I said, yes, you're right. You shouldn't be too negative. But, Jay, if you've lived in this town, when you talk about the Kings, you have to acknowledge that it's been something of a slog. That doesn't mean you have to go, it's always going to be that way, but it hasn't been an easy sled.
To know where you're going is to know where you came from. Yes. No doubt about the history. I think Drapes is saying living in it, though.
Yeah.
Like he makes the point of, we're not turning a blind eye to history. It's about living in it and consistently feeling like you're a part of, being the worst or being in the middle of the NBA or not being successful.
Right.
Where Drapes is like, So, and this is one thing I've learned in playing sports, Whitey, and I know you've been around sports and played sports and everything else around. When it comes to sports, I liken it to this. Some people get ready, and I've had teammates who listen to classical music. I have some people who listen to hard rock and roll, AC. I have some people who listen to rap. I have some people who need to just be in silence. However you get prepared is how you get prepared. I think what Drapes is saying is to be prepared for what's coming our way is to reset the value of who you are as a Sacramento King fan. We don't necessarily always, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, it's always woe is me. Oh my God, they can't figure it out. It's always from a negative standpoint. That's the way Drapes is saying is there's a high percentage of Kings fans and within the circle where it comes from a negative standpoint.
Yeah.
Versus, positive, or as we say, just starting over.
As I've gotten older, I've learned, I think there's really a lot of value in that, and not to get all metaphysical, but there is a lot to be said for
break it down.
Positive thinking, positive attitude.
Yes.
It helps. It just gives you a better chance of succeeding. Maybe only that much, but a better chance. But as a Kings fan, I think you can do both.
True.
You can acknowledge, wow, it's been tough, but hey, better times are coming. That's it's where you draw the line. If it's like everything's been terrible here, so therefore it's always going to be, then that's not a good approach.
But we hear that, and of course we only get bits and pieces and 2 or 3 texts from a person, an individual, compared to, we're talking for 4 hours. So yeah, I get it. I understand it. And then once you get a little bit from here, a little bit from the chat, a little bit from the text line, you get 3 callers, you listen to I don't remember who put you did the worst 7 trades today, but normally it's a John Hollinger or a Kevin O'Connor or someone in that
form.
We had
fun with that.
It didn't bother me, but I understand where Drapes was coming from. NBA circle, NBA media, it just feels like it's all getting piled on a lot of times. And of course, as they always say, you just got to win. You win, you'll change the narrative.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that I think Scott Perry's getting at with his Monday motivation. To me, I don't read all of them. When I see them, I read them. I think a recurring theme is, plot your course and focus on positive things, and that's the direction in which you're going to head.
Think positive thoughts and positive things will come out of it.
Yeah.
That's easy way of thinking. A lot of people don't operate that way. And, people's pasts and current times and trials and tribulations will, I guess, add to that for certain people not to always be in a positive. It's the half glass full, half glass empty. You choose how you want to live your life. But I definitely believe there are some Kings fans who always look back at history and say, yeah, we're repeating the same situation.
Right.
And for a lot of times we have. So
yeah,
I understand it. I understand it as a Kings fan.
And I think it also, in my opinion, it brings Kings fans closer together. It's like
to wallow together.
No, just say, hey, that was rough. Remember that? Yeah, that was rough. Wow. Oh yeah. Hey, but we made it. Yeah. It's just shared experience.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think and this is just me, I'm the half glass full guy. I'd like to, it's like this. And I know you could definitely tell me something better than I could. Relationship, your wife, whatever, traumatized experience. Could be small, could be jokingly, could be major. It's tough to have those conversations sometimes. And those are the things that we have to have, I believe, to be better, right? And so I use an experience like me and my wife went on vacation, I think when I turned 35 or something, 5-6 years ago. And we go on a cruise and we're on some jet skis. And I can't remember exactly where we were, but we're on some jet skis and she's behind me and I'm driving and I'm Need for Speed guy. I'm doing my thing. And so she falls off of it. We jumping over waves and stuff. She falls off of it. And now she's like, I'll never go on a jet ski with you again. I'm always going to ride my own. I'm just playing around. It wasn't nothing. She's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
We were safe. We were sand. We were right off the beach. All those different things. Nothing major. But to this day, she's like, nah, you play around too much, man. I'm going to always drive my own. Now, having that conversation is knowing history and knowing for her traumatizing experience. As much as we were playing around and all that, she's like, no, I still won't do it. Playing or not, I'm going to drive my own jet ski. Okay, we can have that conversation. Let's have it. Might be a little difficult, but also looking forward to it is, all right, let's have a good time on our next jet ski experience. And we have.
Right.
So I use that in a jokingly manner, but at the same time, there is some type of seriousness to it because she won't get on a jet ski with me again. Right.
I wouldn't either. I think she's smart.
And that's where I'm saying, that's where I, as a Kings fan, and it's just me, and you explain this greatly to Drapes, is Kings fans have had traumatization for a long time.
We've been falling off the jet ski a lot, Jay.
Yes, they have. We have, as I say, we have. And we've had to get right back up on it, right?
Yep.
But there is something to saying, like, there is a tomorrow. There is hope. There is an existence of success down the road.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe the next jet ski trip. Maybe this one we're on with Scott Perry driving. Maybe we're not going to fall off.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah. I'll tell you somebody real quickly here who probably could use some positive thinking. I want to know what you, Jay, being a baseball guy, think of this. Mookie Betts is phenomenal, right? Mookie Betts is unbelievable. Yeah. Mookie Betts, he's struggling, Jay. Last night, he came to bat at Dodger Stadium, and Dodger fans just gave him before he did anything, he came to bat. Like, yeah!
Give him a hand clap.
Because they love him, and he's really struggling. It's like, you can do it, Mookie. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah. He, I think he went 0 for 4. And so he's now hitting, Mookie Betts is hitting 231.
Man.
His on base is 302. All career low slugging percentage, OPS, to the point where it's like he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And he's not Mookie Betts anymore. But I don't know. That's baseball, right? Baseball is a cruel, cruel game.
It is. Yeah, no doubt about it. Mookie Betts is one of the best to play in the game. He is exemplified that throughout his career, even in Boston and here, of course, in L.A. As much as I hate to give Dodgers love, Mookie Betts is one of them players that's he's generational. He's done fantastic. He's having a tough season, as is a bunch of
really
players.
Tough. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. The Dodgers are a team that before the season started, everyone assumed they're going to run away with everything. They're in first place, but they're not running away with nothing. And that's one of the reasons why Mookie Betts is like, what happened to Mookie Betts?
It happens, man.
It's a hard game.
It is. It happens to the best of the best, for sure.
Yep. More on the Kings when we come back. Also, just after 5, Keith Law is going to join us. Keith Law from The Athletic is an expert on minor league baseball and prospects. We'll see what he thinks of the direction of the A's and how they did in that trade last week. That's all coming up here with The Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
The Drive Guys.
Somebody from the 916, Whitey. Tell me the last time we had an athletic front court. JK and Keegan Murray, a top 10 power forward, small forward combo. You buying that? No, you can't.
Why you give me that 10? I mean, let's slow down. He's not even here yet.
Right.
He doesn't even play here.
You can listen to The Drive Guys Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the luxe staples insiders swear by, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey, more like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Yeah, we just played a spot that was voiced by Greg Papa. All the best again to Greg Papa. You heard the news last week. Greg Papa, Bay Area broadcasting, sports media, absolute legend, dealing with cancer, stepping away from broadcasting 49er games. I know his son said everything's going to be okay. But it's funny because Kyle Shanahan actually addressed that a couple days ago because, of course, Greg Papa is the voice of the 49ers on the games. You hear him here on Sacktown Sports. And he said, we wish all the best for Greg Papa. He said he's here. He's always sticking his head in, in what we're going on. Sometimes, he's too involved. But he was joking. He said, yeah, my son was asking me about that. And my daughter, this is Kyle Shanahan saying, my daughter didn't know who that was. And then my son started doing the voice, touchdown, San Francisco. And he said, then my daughter knew who it was. So all the best to the great Greg Papa. Yeah, it's the Drive Guys. It's Jay and Whitey. Drapes is attending some national night out functions he's emceeing. We're going to talk to Keith Law from The Athletic here in just a few minutes about what's going on with the A's and their prospects. Before we do that, I wanted to circle back to our conversation on the Kings, because we were talking today about Kings trades. I brought up the 7 worst trades, in my opinion, that they've ever made since they've been in Sacramento. And, I'm hoping here with a potential deal coming up, we don't know anything more about that, but that the Kings are able to learn from past mistakes. So we talked about some of the worst trades. Kyle brought up some of the best trades. It's fascinating to me, and again, really gives us a glimpse into what it's like to the unique psyche and the unique experience of being a Kings fan when you consider that many of the best trades that Kyle mentioned, they still at the time were controversial, and a lot of fans still have mixed feelings over them, even though everyone go, oh yeah, that was a good trade. But for example, there's a lot of back and forth here in the Chateau about Jay Will and Mike Bibby.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple things to that conversation. Number one, it's the Domas Tyrese.
Yes.
And of course, we're going to talk about, what have you done for me lately? So a lot of people would say, okay, well, Tyrese and Indiana, they got the better part of it. Where in 2023, I think we would all agree the Kings would got the best, side of that trade. So I truly believe there are trades that both teams can win, and it may just be, helps one team a little bit more compared to the other one, especially when we're talking about history. We know the Kings have a poor history. So anytime you have success or sustained success here in Sacramento or for the Kings organization, it's normally going to go a little bit further than it would for other organizations who've had more success. That's number one. Number two, I've said this 100 times, and I can't remember who just said it not too long ago, and I can't remember if you were here, Whitey, or it was one of the days you were off, but one of our guests talked about it, and I've said it numerous times. What makes Kings fans so great is we accept a player and you're one of us forever.
Yep.
On the flip side of that, though, is we honor players who, like a Bonzi Wells. No disrespect to Bonzi, you're for 40 games. You shouldn't get that much love. Mm-hmm. You're not getting that much love in other places.
Didn't he get votes for
our
40 top Kings?
Yes, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Anthony Tolliver talked about, playing out here in Northern California and how great fans were in Sacramento. And he's like, man, it's crazy how people still rock with me in Northern California and out here Kings fans when I was playing in Detroit and other places for longer periods of time and did more. That's what makes us great, but we definitely get attached to players a little too quick and a little too much where it's like, oh man, we can't trade that person. Hell nah, flip them.
Yeah.
Why are we connected to a player who's been here for 33 games and all of a sudden we want to honor them as the pizza guy or something? Yeah. No, you got to put in some time and effort here too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And I think that speaks to why some people are still really sorry that they ever traded Jason Williams, because he helped usher in that period of the Kings going from, oh, they're terrible to, wow, not only are they good, they're really fun to watch.
Yeah,
and the decision was made that for the team to get better, Jay Will had to move on and bring in Mike Bibby. And it's interesting because there's some people saying, well, Mike Bibby was never better than Jason Williams. The team was better after the trade. I don't think you can dispute that. But I get it because Jay Will, I remember when Jay Will burst onto the scene here, and you'd go by a playground with kids playing basketball, which you don't see as much as you used to, but you could see kids. You could see that they had been watching Jason Williams because they're trying to do all the stuff that he does. He had that kind of impact, and he was a very, very, very unique player. And I don't mean to dredge up painful memories again, but they're unavoidable when you talk about Kings history. Joe Maloof just was it the day before they traded Jason Williams. He said, we're not going to trade him. That's my mom's favorite player. So still left a mark for some Kings fans. And even the Weber trade, when he was traded to Sacramento, he didn't really want to come here at first. It's just being a Sacramento Kings fan is a really unique experience. But I do think the best is yet to come. And it's one of the things that makes Kings fans great fans. And I've talked about it, Jay. That's one of the things that makes the Beam so special. Because to me, the Beam, every time it's lit is, yeah, we've been through a lot, but we're still here. We still have a team. And guess what, other cities? We love our team more than you do. We have our guest ready to go? Yeah, nice enough to join us. He's been very busy from The Athletic, baseball writer specializing in the minor leagues and prospects. Keith Law, nice enough to join us. How are you today, Keith?
I'm good, thanks. How about you guys?
We're doing good. Thank you very much for your time. Obviously, we've got the A's here now, at least for the time being. So, we're interested in what they did at the deadline. Tell us, if you would, how good is the prospect that the A's got for Mason Miller, Leo DeVries? My understanding is you are, if I'm not wrong, you are not quite as high on him as some observers are. Is that right?
I get the sense that that's true. I talked just in the last week before the deadline, talked to multiple evaluators, to scouts and front office people. His name came up a lot because he was in trade rumors. Yeah. And because I had ranked him, because of where I'd ranked him, I just put out a prospect ranking like 8 days before the deadline. And so because of where I ranked him, every time I put one of those up, people reach out. Scouts are like, oh, I thought you were too high on this guy. You're too low on this guy. Every once in a blue moon, they actually say, hey, you were right on this guy. That's a nice thing. And the thing that was really interesting on DeVries was that people like the bat. He's super young. He has performed really well in A-ball for 2 years when he was the youngest player in his league. It's a good swing. He's showing some power already. I think that's going to get to be more. The biggest thing that has come out, though, is suddenly, this was not true a year ago, people are saying, whoa, we don't think he's a shortstop. They say he's athletic enough. He's physically able. He's got plenty of arm. But let's just say he's played it poorly this year. I want to be very careful about what I'm saying. Sure. Often I say with prospects, like, he can't stay at short because of physical or tool-related reasons. He's just not been good at shortstop. And so teams are downgrading him, saying that, we like this other shortstop prospect better. He's still really good, and I still think it's a tremendous return for a reliever. I like Mason Miller, but he could break at any time. He's already had a pretty bad injury history. So I think they were very smart to cash him in, and they got the best prospect to get traded.
Yeah, and I know I say you aren't as high on him, but I think you still had him 13th overall rather than 3rd. So that's extremely high. Yeah.
You are correct. Yep.
Keith, is it more or less, if I'm hearing you correctly, I'm sifting through some of the connotation that you're saying, is it the fact that shortstops are rated higher because of the difficulty of the position and being part of the battery on the field? Or is it the fact is we might be getting something with Leo where we don't really know what his position may be if it's not shortstop?
Those are both valid points, actually. I think it's more the former, that he's just that much more valuable if he is a shortstop. And if we had this conversation 6 months ago, I would have said, yeah, he's definitely a shortstop. I was still leaning that way into July, and then I started hearing whispers like, we don't think he's a shortstop anymore. Or a scout said he's played it. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but saying he played it poorly. The shortstop himself is one of the most valuable positions on the field. It's the hardest to fill, that or catcher. And a good defensive shortstop is then worth even more. So that's an issue. And then the second one is, well, if he's got the physical ability, but he's just not playing it well, he's not making the plays he should be making, is he maybe not an infielder in the long run? I'm not saying that's the case. I actually don't think that's the case. I think you take a guy like that, you put him at second base, and I'd be shocked if he couldn't play second base. Absolutely shocked. But it's not great to see an 18-year-old kind of struggle at a position that, certainly when he was signed at 16, And when he debuted last year and played about a third of the season or so in low A, everyone said, oh, he's a shortstop. He's definitely a shortstop. And now it's gone backwards so much so quickly. I think that's led to a lot of concern. And teams that have complicated models to value prospects, they've all downgraded him.
Keith Law with us, baseball writer for The Athletic, specializing in prospects in the minor league. Keith, minor leagues. I don't know if there's a way for you to evaluate this. This may come down to opinion, but the whole situation with the A's is very strange, and we don't blame the players at all. It's very difficult. I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, do you think that these unusual circumstances, playing half the games in a minor league park, could those circumstances and conditions in some ways inhibit the development of some of the A's players?
Oh, 100%. I think particularly the pitchers, because that plays as such a hitter's park. I think Jacob Wilson kind of, unfortunately, he's hurt now, but hit that sort of hot, first 6 weeks or so of the season, he was kind of hitting out of his mind. And obviously we know he could put the bat on the ball, but you could see also a lot of his, especially the power, was getting inflated by the ballpark. And that can hurt hitters too, because you can see a lot of guys in Colorado, they hit really well in Denver and then they can't hit anywhere else. And some guys, not all, certainly, some guys leave Colorado and just collapse. They can't hit because Colorado's an extreme because pitchers just don't move the same way there.
Right.
I think it can really hurt pitchers to get developed in an environment where it is a hitter's park, a fairly strong hitter's park, because they may change the way they pitch because they're so worried about giving up home runs. And that's generally not the way you want to develop pitchers. You want to say, no, you know what your best pitches are. You know what your approach is. You shouldn't be changing that just to try to suit a specific ballpark.
Interesting.
Joined by Keith Law of The Athletic. Real fast, Keith, because you have a wealth of knowledge around baseball. You've done it all, feels like, around the sport here. When we're talking about going back to the trade deadline that we saw last week, how many, because I always compare it to football and basketball, Keith, where we know the names, we kind of get to see the money that's dealt. We kind of get to see, guys who've already been played professionally versus, well, minors is professional, but in the big leagues. Do you see more names that are moved as far as MLB and prospects considered to most other sports? Do you guys kind of look at it and say, man, we see way more names, more prospects kind of move compared to like football and basketball?
Well, I don't know sort of different what the data is on those other sports. I can better compare it to, baseball's trade deadline has always been a thing. Even when I was a kid, it was much more of an event where you'd see bigger names changing teams. I don't know if we have more of those trades. I think we have more total players involved. And I can also say over the last 5 to 10 years or so, and I've been in this business 22 years, which is slightly horrifying to say out loud, right? We've seen fewer and fewer stars getting traded at the deadline. And there were no stars, I don't think, really traded at the deadline, unless you want to count Shane Bieber, who did win a Cy Young Award, but his circumstances are different. He still isn't back from Tommy John surgery. He's rehabbing. He was probably the biggest name, him or Mason Miller, to change teams. And so, to me, that doesn't compare to trade deadlines of 5, 10, 15 years ago. And that's because teams aren't willing to trade their better prospects. We saw a slew of prospects get traded. I wrote way more than I expected to, but I spent a lot of time sort of saying this guy might be an extra outfielder. This guy might be a fifth starter if everything works out. And quite a bit was, I just don't think this guy is very good, which I don't enjoy writing, but that's the job. And that's a lot of what got traded last week, at least in terms of the returns for the big leaguers, which to me is not a great trend. We spend so much time hyping up the trade deadline, and some of these deals, they'll help a club or two. I think Oakland did exceptionally well. Sorry, I'll call them Oakland until I die.
That's fine with us. Yeah, by all means. Fine. Yeah, we don't mind it.
I will never call them Vegas. The Athletic did extremely well. But overall, it kind of felt like a dud. I remember I was actually out, believe it or not, I was out at a board game convention on Thursday night, and I went to see some friends and play a game, and they're like, oh, how was it? And I said, it was kind of mid, actually. It felt very mid as trade deadlines go.
Wow. I want to ask you about the A's and how close they are, Keith. And I know, as you said, maybe the ballpark has something to do with this. They have right now 5 of their regulars with an OPS plus healthily over 100. The pitching has been a different story, but they're only going to be here, maybe 3 more years. We'll see where they go from here. Who knows? But how close might the A's be to being, at least a wild card contender? 2 years? 3? Do we even know yet?
They're not that bad. I feel like it's really popular to kind of kick the team. You want to kick the owner while he's down, fine. We can trash John Fisher all you want.
That's right.
I hate how he's handled this. I hate how MLB has let him get away with it.
Yep.
The team is not that bad, though. They're surprisingly watchable. They've got some really interesting players. Nick Kurtz is everything I hoped he would be. I never saw this version of him in college. I saw him multiple times at Wake Forest as an underclassman and in his draft year, and I never saw more than a flash of this. This is what everybody thought he'd be when he was like a freshman, and he's doing it, which is super exciting. And Jacob Wilson, probably going to be better than I thought he was. They've got a couple of interesting guys percolating through this system who are at least contributors now. They got some pitching depth. I mean, JP Sears has been fine, but he's not a third or second number 2 starter. And they got some pitching depth back for him. I like what they're doing. They're going to have to do more of it. I think just a little bit more of that acquisition, just trying to get some bulk, and then hopefully keep hitting on some of these high draft picks. I think they are very much headed in the right direction. So to your question, could they be wild card contenders in, I think, 2 years? I wouldn't say more than that. It depends on what else they do, but I definitely think they could hit that deadline.
Wow. Nice. Keith, as much as I'm an A's fan, I despise the Giants, but we got to show them some love around the area.
I figured that was coming.
Right. One of the things that I believe Giants fans have had an issue, of course, on the Farhan committee, was not home-growing their own prospects. For the Giants fans who are listening, and we know Buster taking over for the Giants, what's their future look like right now as far as their minor leagues?
Yeah, it's kind of mixed. I mean, obviously, we all know, I'm sure anybody who's listening, if you follow the minors at all, you know who Bryce Eldridge is. I do think he's got a chance to be a superstar. I think.
And by the way, Keith, excuse me, but they play here too. They share the field, the River Cats.
River Cats.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yes, you better know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's not that I didn't know that was the affiliate, but I'm like, well, they can't play there anymore. That just doesn't make sense. But of course, in Rob Manfred world, of course it makes sense.
Yes.
So, I do, and I should back into this a little bit by saying I don't think the Giants had a great deadline. I thought they could have done better for some of what they were trading. I expected, especially for Joe Ball, I thought they gave him up for a very light package. It was quantity, definitely quantity over quality in that deal. I do think beyond Bryce Eldridge, it's not a bad system, but a thinner system than it should be. I think obviously trading for Devers did put a dent in the system. They've given up a draft pick here or there. They've also had some kind of higher profile misses in the draft and in international. Every team has some of those. The year they took Reggie Crawford first was just such a lottery ticket pick in the first round. That poor kid's been hurt more than he's been healthy in his pro career. It's hard to miss on multiple high picks like that or give them away in the case of Tibbs. And I don't know what James Tibbs is going to be, but he's on his third organization of the year already. He's not the Giants' problem anymore. So I do think their system has thinned out a bit. I was glad to see them enter sell mode rather than try to make a long shot bid for the playoffs and maybe try to restock. I wish they had gotten a little bit more in return in some of those deals.
Well, Keith, we appreciate your time very much and your insight. Before we let you go, I just want to see your opinion on this. I don't know how much Little League World Series you're watching. This shortstop in Louisiana, I think he's going to have to move to third base going forward. What do you think?
That's a little young for me. I gotta tell you.
Keith,
I gotta be 16 and professional before I.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
Keith, Whitey lied to you because I do have one more question. We love talking about baseball here on our show. So when we have the likes of a Keith Law, we have to ask him a question. Who is, if there is such a thing, a can't miss prospect right now in your eyes?
I don't think we've got one in the minors.
Wow.
I think and we're all, a lot of people disagree on who that is. The guy I have number one, I'll just give you two names real quick. Kevin McGonigal is the guy I have number one. He's second baseman, shortstop. He plays shortstop now. He's a guy I think will move to second base. he's the best pure hitter in the minors. I joked with the Tigers guys when he was in high A hitting 390. When are you going to promote Rogers Hornsby to Double A? Because selfishly, their Double A club comes to play near me, so I could go see him. And I did. And he can really hit, and it's some power, and he's going to be good at second base, exceptional strike zone discipline. But sometimes those guys, they tap out. Major league pitching is way different than AAA or Double A. And some of those sort of can't miss bats haven't hit as well as we think. Whereas the other end of the spectrum, I think Major League Baseball put Connor Griffin with the Pirates as their number one prospect. He's got all the tools. It is elite run, elite power, elite arm. He probably is a shortstop. He's got some questions about how much he's going to hit. And it's really mechanical. It's more that not about production, what he's done on the field, but there's some stuff about that swing that's unusual, at least, and might be an obstacle. He might not hit. Right? There's a lot of these guys going to come down to, we're not really sure if they're going to hit. It's been a while since there was a guy in the minors where I thought absolute can't miss superstar. I mean, might be going back to like the Trout, Harper, Machado days. All three of whom I was like, those guys are going to be stars, and they were.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Keith Law. We appreciate it very much, Keith. You're ever out here for a game? Look us up. We'll make a day of it. We appreciate it.
Will do. Last time I was in Sacramento was to see a guy named Matt Manning. So it's been a minute.
Okay.
When he was in high school out there.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Saw him against a very unfortunate team that I don't think got the ball out of the infield that day.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We'll talk to you soon. Yeah, Keith. There it is. Keith Law says within a couple of years, no more than 2 years, the Athletics of West Sacramento could be contending for something, Jay. 2 years, he says.
I like that.
That's before some Kings fans say we can even start to evaluate Scott Perry.
I know. Anthony clip that, brother. We need that. Send that to Anthony, man. That's what I'm talking about when you say the history hasn't always been well. And when I'm talking about lately, as of lately. But there's something to look forward to, maybe.
Well, they definitely have a direction.
For a while. Yeah,
There's
they do.
no denying that.
Yeah, they do. I mean, Kurtz, Jacob Wilson, as Keith talked about, he didn't believe Jacob Wilson would be the hitter that he has shown so far. But I was going to ask him this. Do you think, and I think we talked about this, Jacob Wilson is a ball player, no doubt about it. He is big league worthy. I'm not sure if he's going to hit 340 for the rest of his career, but I think he's going to be a good hitter because he's a great contact hitter.
Yeah.
Doesn't strike out a lot, goes with the pitch. He's going to put the bat on the ball. The simplicity of the game. If Leo comes up, is that your battery for the future? Is Jacob the shortstop and Leo your second baseman? Because remember, I said I thought Leo would be a second baseman moving forward too.
Yeah. He's probably a guy that can play multiple positions, but moving him to second base. Yeah. And this is just he's an 18-year-old. Who knows?
He'll be in the league in like 2 years, man.
And by the way, when you look at all the players on the A's right now that are having big offensive years, Lawrence Butler really isn't. And you know how good he is. So they're really stacked offensively for a young team that isn't very good. The pitching is going to be a problem. And as Keith Law said, hard to develop pitching in this environment where the ball is flying out of the park.
Isn't that interesting how we said the big leagues versus the minors? There's a different process of kind of how they evaluate pitchers and how they go about developing them. I think if you and I'm nowhere near an expert in minor league baseball. I don't pay attention to it enough. Probably I should do a little more. But I'm just reading through the tea leaves. Is Keith saying the minors, they still kind of pitch the old way versus the pros, hey, just rear back and fire it.
Yeah.
And however long you can go is however long you're going to go.
Yeah. I think it's just the guys in the majors are so good now. They're so good with the pitch shaping, and it's just a different level. The days of remember, I'll get through this quickly. I know some people don't care, but a starting pitcher, like part of being a starting pitcher way back when was you're in the seventh inning, you don't have your good stuff. You got to figure out a way to get people out anyway. Now it's like, don't worry about it. You're out.
You're gone.
We got somebody else. You don't need to worry about that anymore.
We got somebody right now who's throwing 102.
Right. You go take a shower. Thanks for everything. And they don't wait till the seventh to do that. It's like the 6th.
Yeah,
You're
or
lucky
the
if you
5th.
get to go 5.
Yeah, it's one of those. Oh man, your velocity has dropped down to 93.
Mm-hmm.
You must be tired.
Yeah. You're done.
Yeah,
You're
hit
washed.
the shower.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we haven't talked much about you-know-who today. We'll do that when we come back. Kuminga time. Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but one thing's for sure. You need a PC you can rely on. Whether it's for school, gaming, or whatever your next chapter holds, Lenovo.com has the tech to help you succeed. Shop PCs right now at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale, where students can save more when they sign up for a Lenovo education account. Free shipping, easy returns, flexible financing. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Drapes and Whitey. Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair, the Drive Guys.
Lively back and forth today. In the text line and then the chateau here, we have from Campy. Campy says, Kuminga update, 5:25. Kuminga has decided he's going out to get some Mexican food for dinner. Guerrero Gross comes back with, no, I'm guessing Japanese. Campy says, you're guessing, I'm reporting.
Sources tell me.
Yeah, that's
Oh boy, Campy.
Well done.
Got
right
sources
there.
locked in.
Yeah, now Guerrero grows. We've talked about him today. He had a number of texts. I think Drapes was saying, wow, it sounds like he's negative. I think he's excited about the Kings' immediate short-term future because Guerrero grows says Jonathan will be a King. So will Russell Westbrook. Sounds excited about it, Jay.
You getting all that through text?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jonathan will be a King. So will Russell Westbrook.
That means he's excited, or is he just saying that?
Well,
like, where are you getting excitement? Is there, a flex muscle? Is there
there's
okay
a crown,
sign?
a crown emoji and
Okay.
purple and a number 1.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Got to give me something. Let me know he's excited.
Mm-hmm. So I think he's very excited. I'm going to ask you a Kuminga question, Jay, but I know that we've been around it and around it and around it.
Pass.
Right now, we don't know anything. He doesn't pass very well. You're right. He's not a very good passer. What do you see as what would be good about getting him? What would be bad about bringing him in? We don't even know if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let me go first. My opinion.
There you go.
The best and the worst of a potential acquisition of Jonathan Kuminga. The best to me is you would get younger, which is important. You'd also be getting a guy who could be a star, getting a potential star. And I also think it would give you an avenue to a graceful Debo departure. I think if you brought in Kuminga, it would be, you know what? It's not a good fit here. Let's help you, Debo, and then you could move on from him in a manner that would be respectful. I think that would be good. The worst thing is I think you be bringing in a guy that I think would be a bad fit. Depends how much you give up. If you have to give up like an unprotected first, that's too much to give up for him. And I think there's a chance that a player like Kuminga disrupts the establishment of your new culture. So if I had a vote, as much fun as it would be if they brought in a new player, it's been just, a slog getting through all the speculation and daily this and that back and forth. If I had a vote, I would vote no. But I know it would be exciting and something to talk about if they did it. Would you be for it or against it, Jay? What do you think would be good about it, and what would not be so good, in your opinion?
I'll go in reverse. I think if you are giving up the ilk of what we've heard throughout NBA circles, meaning a young or very young, unproven player, Devin Carter-like, a protected first-round draft, top 19, for sure, lottery.
That's like heavily protected.
Yeah, for sure. And, a filler, Dario Saric, something of that nature, then I think it's worth it if you're talking to Kuminga in the form of a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
3 for $70.
Yeah, I'm assuming you probably saw, I think, was it Sam said that they actually came to an agreement on if it happened like 63 over 3?
Yeah. That
21 mil?
Yeah. Which is for me,
for 3?
Yeah, I don't want to say chump change, but that's a number 4, number 5 starter in the league on a great team.
Yeah.
Because look at OKC, they're paying guys, J-Dub,
Right.
they're paying Chet, they're paying SGA, they're paying guys top-notch dollar, and so I would take it if everything we're hearing, Whitey, is 3 for 63, 3 for 70, 22 million a year, something of that nature, 24, 25 would be my tops for Jonathan Kuminga, but I love the 3 for 63. And it only costs you what we've kind of heard, which is the norm right now.
Yeah.
For me, what he does well, you took 2 of my 3. I'll add athleticism to it. I think he helps the Kings athletically more than people know.
I agree with that.
We need a slasher, a cutter, someone that plays above the rim, someone that's not afraid to go up there and go get it. I think we lack that, to the point to where we believe Isaac Jones can lead this team in above the rim action. Nothing against Isaac Jones, but he's highly unproven. If Kuminga's unproven, Isaac Jones is way out in left field. Matter of fact, he's outside the stadium, So I think he brings to the table what the Kings don't have, hence why I believe they're in the conversation. he's super young when we're talking about 22 years old. He's the type of prospect that you could literally give a 3-year deal to, know that at 25, people would still take a flyer on him because they're like, he's still even in his prime yet. Like, I think he's not, if he was 25 and by the end of a new deal, he'd be 28, 29, I look at it a little different. He's 22.
Mm-hmm.
And from everything we've heard, he's the type of person that's still growing, picked up basketball late, of course, went to the G League Ignite. The other thing for me that I think he brings to the table is I'm comparing him to Keegan in this form. Anybody that goes against the grain in the Golden State Warriors organization, where they're held to a high standard, they're one of the organizations in the NBA. I can understand how someone could look at Kuminga and say, man, you don't want to be a part of that team, fall in line, shape up, and just be one of them. I actually look at it from the opposite side. And this is something I've been asking for Keegan for a while, and I think a lot of Kings fans. I'm looking for the gumption.
Mm-hmm.
I want someone who's like, I'm that dude. I have that attitude as I walk into the building. And we all know sometimes you can have that attitude and not be that person. But I also think it starts with that type of attitude as well.
So you're saying to the reports, for example, that he looked off Steph in a game.
Yeah.
And Kerr went nuts. You're saying, well, that works two ways.
Yes.
You don't want him to do that, but you appreciate that he thinks that way.
Absolutely. Because guess what? I'll just use, and people say, well, you're crazy. I could have swore we said the same thing with Kobe. I could have swore that.
Absolutely.
I mean, there was
Kobe
times
waved off a screen from Karl Malone in the All-Star game.
Get back, dog. Yeah, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
And so you just never know where it's going to pan out at the end. I'm not saying he's going to be Kobe. I doubt he ever will be, because we're talking about, top 5, top 10 generational type player. But I'd rather have someone who's full of themselves, because I think superstars and stars are just that.
Mm-hmm.
Rarely do we hear of a humble star. Could be wrong.
It's not 1954.
Nah. Yeah. Havlicek ain't coming through the building, and who's to say he wasn't? I don't know.
Yeah.
What he does terrible, or, what he's the ugly, I guess we'd say, is he needs to be a better shooter. I think for someone like Whitey Gleason, he's definitely got to be a better shooter.
Mm-hmm.
From everything, all accounts, I haven't seen every single game that Jonathan Kuminga has played, but the knock on him is his IQ's not there. I would equate that to the form of he's just now learning to play basketball. And I also equate to the fact of I just don't think he's on Steve Kerr's top list. I think he's been in the doghouse, and I'm not saying he's not getting the proper training or the teaching, because I'm not that stupid. But I do know when you aren't one of them boys, one of them guys on a coach's list, sometimes you can get blackballed a little bit.
They also had a divide there, even I might have been right after they won the championship, the most recent one. They had kind of a divide between the young guys and the veterans.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was actually an issue. Like the veterans thought the young guys were sulking on the bench and weren't supporting him. So there was definitely kind of a them versus us thing.
Not high-fiving, not cheering.
I mean, the whole Jordan Poole and Draymond Green thing kind of exacerbated it as well. I think if the Kings really liked him, because he's 22,
yeah,
I could see how if this was the only way to make it happen, how they might lessen the protection on the pick. Because here's the way I look at it. And again, if it's up to me, I'd say, I wouldn't. But if they really like him, he's 22, it would be like spending that first-round pick on him. And I think if you look at it that way, it's like, I could do that. I wouldn't, but
meaning
I could
the year
understand.
whatever year you trade.
Yeah, now
that's
I know
your
it's
first
a pick
round
down
pick,
the road, but it's like, but you're spending that pick on a guy who's 22 and who has tremendous upside. That's not a bad use of that pick.
No, he's a known commodity to a certain extent. I will say this though, Whitey. Isn't it interesting? And how can I frame this?
You haven't been pulling any punches today, so I wouldn't worry about
it.
Let it fly.
Shouts out to Disney. Huh? I don't know, and I could be completely mistaken. I'm not sure the Kings are all in on Jonathan Kuminga, because I believe their actions would have showed that to us. But I truly think that the Kings are looking at it as, and we've said it a few times, and I'll utilize the verbiage, I think they're looking at it as a lottery pick. Meaning, a lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
we don't know what this golden ticket is going to pan out.
Right.
And it's like anything. Is it worth me putting in my $2 to the Powerball? Is it worth me putting in my $1 to the Super Lotto? And maybe, just maybe, one way or another, because as much as I say, like, I ain't never gonna damn hit. I don't know why I'm putting my money in this every blue moon when I see $800 million on a Powerball. Like, I might spend $10. Maybe, just maybe. The people who have hit said the same thing. Maybe, just maybe. But I'm also sharp enough to understand that I don't necessarily, and I say this all the time, Whitey, I don't need to hit the $813 million grand prize jackpot. I'm okay with that 50K.
You can make that
come
work.
on now, three numbers and the Powerball number. You see what I'm saying? So I think the Kings are looking at it for the right price, full circle. I'm just saying now, I'll simplify it. For the right price, I'm in. For the wrong price, you can keep them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think they're like, oh, this dude is a can't miss. I think they're like, yeah, you know what? For the right price, me and a bunch, we say it a bunch of times, an employee with 12 of their employer, friends or whoever, we put all in for a ticket and we all hit. And now it's 15 of us that hit the Powerball. Like, you just never know what it's coming down to.
Yeah. By the way, I know Campy was kidding and he said, Kuminga's getting Mexican food. The enchilada, and we don't know if that's true.
Okay.
The enchilada may be.
Where you going here?
I mean, it's up there with the greatest dishes ever invented.
Truth.
I don't care if we're talking Japanese food, whatever, Indian food. The enchilada it may be my favorite food item.
Okay, I'll see where you're walking.
A good enchilada is tremendous, Jay.
Are you a equal opportunist? Are you chicken, pork, beef, or you eat a little bit of everything?
Yeah, chicken. I lean towards chicken.
Yeah, okay.
Have you heard it? Garcia's restaurant? There's a place called Garcia's.
Where's this at?
Up Madison from where the station used to be.
Okay.
They recently closed down. And it's like, that was my go-to enchilada place. They had enchiladas especial with sour cream and jalapenos, and they shut down.
This hurts your heart.
There's got to be some good enchilada places out there.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, absolutely.
But you with me on the enchilada?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back with the Kings and the Domas question next as we head down the home stretch. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Throwing things at or onto a field or court can seriously injure people, unless it's that hockey thing where you throw the teddy bears on the ring. So they all get collected and given to kids.
All of them? No bear left behind.
You can listen to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube or the Sacktown Sports app.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
JTV Jewelry Television knows you love to sparkle, so now's your time to shine like the star you are. Enter JTV's Shine Like a Star sweepstakes for your chance to win $5,000 in dazzling jewelry from top brands, including Rachel Zoe Jewelry and Judith Ripka Jewelry. Plus, just for entering, get $30 off your next qualifying JTV purchase of $99 or more when you opt in for emails. Enter now at jtv.com/likeastar. And remember, if you love jewelry, you'll love JTV.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
with 24 monthly bill credits. New line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying board. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay out via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
There's no jinx in the Giants today, Jay. Top 8. Giants 8, Pirates 1. Top 8. That thing's over.
Best ballpark in the league there, PNC.
Best ballpark in that division, no question. Kind of an Oracle Park wannabe with the water and the bridge and everything, but a nice park.
I'd probably say the opposite. Oracle Park's a wannabe.
By the way, as far as the Athletics, end 6 there in Washington, end of the 6th. They're up 10-3. The Athletics putting a pounding. I think Mackenzie Gore was supposed to start that.
Here we come.
Yeah.
Get hot down the stretch.
Who do you think is having a big day for the Athletics?
Probably a man who has the initials N and K.
They have 16 hits, Jay. It's through 6. Langoliers 3 for 4, Kurtz 2 for 3, Rooker 3 for 4, Blade 2 for 4, drove in 4, Hernandez 2 for 3, Soderstrom 2 for 3, and Urshela is 2 for 4. My goodness. Langoliers is 2 home runs. Oh my goodness. He's putting a hurting on the Nationals right now. My goodness. So that offense is not all Sutter Health Park, because this is in, what do they call it, Nationals Park or whatever.
Yeah.
This team is close. Keith Law just told us maybe 2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
There's hope.
Lot of hope. And they are fun. Even now, they're pretty fun to watch. Interesting conversation here, food related in the Chateau.
Okay.
We were just talking about enchiladas and Seekins 4 going this way. Food and Kuminga. He says, Kuminga is the pineapple on pizza. You could take that a number of ways.
Yeah. Some people hate it. Some people love it.
Yeah.
He's the wild card? Is that like?
It all depends how you. I don't hate it. I've eaten it, but it's not my favorite topping.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but it's down the list for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I can, if I'm coming to the Gleason household and you love pineapple with your ham or your Canadian bacon or your pepperoni or something, I'm all for it. And then the other part about it is I was blessed with hands and fingers, thank the Lord. I can just take it off.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't, a little pineapple juice across the sausage ain't never hurt nobody.
Right. You really don't notice it. If you have the proper amount of cheese, you really don't notice
that part. Put a little Parmesan on there.
Yeah. Afro Estadounidense says,
okay, I like it.
I'll take good Southern gumbo over an enchilada any day.
To each their own.
Mm-hmm.
There's some days I take gumbo. There's some days I take an enchilada.
Yeah, a lot of love for the enchilada. I appreciate that.
Fantastic.
Camp even remembers Garcia's. Rest in peace, Garcia.
Now, was it going west or east off of Madison? If you're on Madison, let's say you're at the
east.
old, you're going east.
Yeah,
okay. So
the
more
Home
towards
Depot
Farrell's.
and yeah.
Orangeville.
Going that way,
yeah, for sure.
Not quite that far.
All right.
Here is the question, Jay, on Domantas Sabonis. In the NBA today, a lot of times teams, even good teams, we've seen Dallas had to do this with Luka, and then they decided, we're done. Milwaukee has to do it with Giannis. How much of this season, if any, is about the Kings making sure Domas is happy? Is that even a concern this year? It seems to be something that they, are aware of. He said we need a point guard. They got a point guard. Maybe they recognize that without Domas. But as we look at this year going forward, how much of this year for the Kings do you think is about making sure Domas is satisfied, happy, likes the direction to the extent that he wants to stay?
Are we talking about food portions here?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
How many enchiladas, or how do you want pieces of pizza with?
Yeah, well,
pineapple. I don't know. How do you want to slice it?
It's like this. Normally, you get a good meal. You go get them enchiladas. You normally got a little bit of rice.
Yeah.
And something else on the side. You got two sides to rock with,
beans?
right? More times than not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, some people like to dive into the rabbit food, get your little salad.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like mine with rice and beans.
Yeah. By the way, black beans or refried? I feel like I'm taking your order.
Refried.
All right.
I'm more refried guy.
Anything to drink with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dos Equis?
No, I'm more of a sweet tea type of guy.
All right.
Even though that, doesn't match 100%. Yaditos. How about that? Give me the fruit punch version. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I would say.
You need more chips?
Of course. Who turns them down? And matter of fact, if you have auntie or grandma or wife or somebody in the back, and they dragging them tortillas by hand from scratch, go ahead and put me 2 or 3 soft joints in the side too. Absolutely. For the mijo. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say he is the rice. You have to
like that.
Yeah, and drop that olive on there too. While we're talking about, put that olive on my rice.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I truly think Domas is not the main course heading into this year, because I think the Kings need to figure out a few other things. The Keegan, I know you and Drapes talked about that, might be the number one, task moving forward. I would also think
the non-Kuminga related.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you have to figure out what's, getting Zach comfortable here means a big deal. You have 2 rookies, especially Neat, that you invested in. I think those are big ideas. So, and stability, just working on stability and freeing yourself of cap space as well. But he is one of your stars. And if we're talking about enchiladas, if I'm taking the number one side dish for an enchilada for me, is rice. So he's right there. He's second. He's up close. There's a lot of things, because a lot of things go into the enchilada. There's a lot of different spices and ingredients that go into it. But that rice is that rice. You need that good base.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I really think Domas is
all
that.
together.
Oh, come on now, baby.
Yeah.
Bring it all together.
Yeah. Last year, one of the big stories, and it was Sam and Slates who really broke this news. The big story in the preseason was De'Aaron Fox. Is he going to want to stay? And De'Aaron was very open about that. So my point is, I think this year there's going to be, I don't know if Domas is going to go public with any of that. I don't even know if he feels that way. But I think a lot of the national writers, when they're writing about the Kings, will say, one of the things to watch for this year is Domantas Sabonis and whether they're able to keep him happy and whether he asks out. And I've just kind of been assuming that he's on board. Probably shouldn't assume that. But I think right now the franchise, to me, appears more committed to him long-term than maybe they were committed to De'Aaron long-term when he was still here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I truly think moving forward, if there is a stable star they're attaching themselves to, I believe it's Domas. I truly think, of the big 3 right now, currently sitting on the roster, I wouldn't be surprised if they had the druthers and it was in the perfect world. I would think they would move him 3rd compared to Zach and or DeMar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, I see TC standing by. Do we have time to get
Sure,
to TC,
go
don't
ahead,
we? It's
go
time
ahead.
for Check It with TC. TC, I'm sorry to have left you on hold. How are you, sir?
Man, hey, mic check, I'm good. Hey, y'all got me clear?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Y'all got me better?
That's much better.
You got about 90, T.
Okay. Hey, look. Hey, for sure. Hey, listen, I got about 90 seconds. Jay was talking and spin. I just want to tap in on this with Kings fans. Get ready. That's what we looking for. Kuminga, how he stood up and stood on his business, talking about, I'm the dude. I like that, man. You know what I mean? Hey, at the same time, I believe I'm protecting that first-round pick, if that's what it is. That's not giving up too much for Kuminga, bro, because you got to pay for what you want. And at the end of the day, bro, it's a first-round pick. It ain't like it's 3, 4, 5. It's still a steal, bro. A player in that unprotected pick, whether you want to go top 19, top 10, or whatever you want to do, bro. Unprotected pick. I feel you, Scott. Let's get the deal done. Get the kid here, bro, and we gonna move forward. That's all I got. I'ma holler at y'all tomorrow.
Thank you, TC. Yeah, I see that logic too. If you really want him, if you spend a first-round pick, even if it's unprotected or lightly protected, for Kuminga, if you really like him, I understand. Yeah, that's I think a sensible use of that asset. I personally wouldn't do it, but if they really like him, I understand that. TC's making a lot of sense these days, Jay. Thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate it. Jay and I are back with you tomorrow. And tomorrow I think we have Michael Lombardi on the show, don't we?
We do, sir.
Yeah. Talk a little football. One of the things we got to talk about tomorrow, Jay, is the Dallas Cowboys. Are they actually imploding? Are they falling apart before our very eyes right now?
I'll talk about that. Okay,
yeah.
No,
we will get to that. Stick around because we got the JR Sports Brief Show. It's next on Sacktown Sports. Have a good evening.
The Drive Guys.